Episode number 98 of the Dragon's Den podcast is live and on the air. We are here on YouTube, Rumble, X, Facebook, all over the place tonight. So welcome, everybody. My name is Eric Hopkins, a.k.a. Jill. Welcome to the show. I'm joined tonight by the Snack Panther in the top middle there. I don't think he may want to explain that one to you. I don't know. Brandon, we got Miranda Nicole on the top right. Matthew on the bottom left, who's apparently gone fishing, even though he's in his house there. But, yeah. And we got the Faceless Dragon, our guy in the chair, Aaron, on the bottom right as well. Happy to see you guys tonight. What's going on? Long week. Happy for the weekend.
I have some little bit of breaking news.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, Roman Reigns has commented on my live here and would like me to send him an official friend request or DM.
Okay. What?
Look, you want me to send you? I took a screenshot here. I'll send it to you.
Brandon should feel very intimidated.
Yeah.
Brandon, you're in trouble, buddy.
The jig is up.
I may have to. After all this time, he's just gonna come to me.
Yeah. There's a story behind that. To some
I sent it to you, Eric.
Okay. What'd you send it to on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Did you let the guy know that it? Did you let the guy know that his profile's fake? Or we gonna figure that out
No, everything on the internet's real. So.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you'll open up another can of worms.
Official private page.
Oh damn! He said you.
Oh man, the official
yeah.
private page. That definitely makes
his wife don't know about this neither, huh? That's
really not. Really, Roman Reigns commented on our live stream, said, "Hey, noticed I've been following your page and thought it'd be cool to connect since I didn't see you see a follow back. Could you send a free request or DM? This is my official private page." Yeah. So, well, that little blue check mark's missing there, though, buddy.
Yeah.
So just so you know, but yeah, nice sentiment.
Thanks anyway.
Hey, we still appreciate the view, no doubt about it. So thank you.
Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't use
his
actual name for his private page.
I mean, the OTC is in the chat though, so that's
thank you, guy who thinks he's Roman Reigns. I appreciate that.
And we'll be talking about him much more here in just a few minutes. But get the pleasantries out of the way first. So what's going on, guys? Yeah, we'll get
not much.
Yeah,
Eric, I saw you today. I said hello. So
yeah.
Actually, what was the first thing I said to you? Oh yes, they need to send Sami Zayn one of those fake paper mache little title belts that are intercontinental title belts.
That way he can feel it. That way he can feel included.
That way he can feel like he's part of the team.
Yeah. Which I actually read a report earlier today that apparently now they're saying that there was always part of the long-term plan with Sami Zayn's character for him to hold.
Again, I said it the other day that like Sami said that in an interview he did with Van Vliet, I think it was, or somebody, I can't remember but he said that people aren't going to like the direction that he wants to take his character, but this was his brainchild and this is what he wanted to do.
If it makes sense and it furthers the character, I'm down. Whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you're okay with it, I mean, not like we said last week, 9 days is not the shortest period you can have. So
I'm brain farted. It's not Sami Zayn I was talking about. It was Sheamus.
Oh yeah, it was Sheamus.
Oh,
sorry. He said it was paper mache IC title. Yeah,
I kind of feel bad for Sheamus in one aspect, but like also,
Brandon, is he in AEW now?
No, he's not anywhere right now.
Well, a buddy of mine told me he was in AEW, and I looked at him and I told him he was wrong. Okay, well, he didn't. Right. He proceeded to tell me I'm full of crap. So.
Now, is there a chance he could go? Sure, but at some point too, we got to stop this fantasy thinking of like everybody is going. It's not feasible.
Yeah, I mean, I think the New Day is a must, which we've talked about. Even the Young Bucks this week wore New Day colors on their T-shirts. I noticed, which I thought was kind of interesting. But so that's happening, I think. But we'll see about that. But yeah, it's just unrealistic to think everybody who leaves one company is going to go to the other. I mean, we got to stop thinking that way. But Mike said, or Laurel listener in the chat said he thinks maybe that Roman Reigns is the interim Roman Reigns. More on that in just a second too, when it comes to the interim term. So maybe he's filling in for the official OTC here on the channel. So
somebody's got to fill in for Roman Reigns because he never shows up.
It's actually kind of funny though, because Miranda's talking about how Roman hasn't come to her after all this time. There's a story behind that. One time, me and I can't remember if Mike went or not, our buddy in the chat, but our friend Nate went with us, and we went to a Monday.
Yeah, it was you, Mike, and Nate.
Okay, I couldn't remember if Mike was there or not, but anyway, Miranda tasked us with bringing Roman Reigns back home in the trunk of our car. We were joking around like we'd chloroform him that way we could bring him home and or whatever. And we got one look at him. We got within maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 feet of him. Me and my buddy Nate just looked at each other. The other goes, if you want to try, go ahead, but I'm not touching it.
Roman's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big old hoss, that's for sure.
Big boy.
But yeah, so a little bit of a funny story.
You know, that's another thing. We talk on here and joke about wrestlers. TV does not give wrestlers justice.
No.
To how big these guys really are.
Or small.
And Brandon has spoke about it.
Because
hold on now. You guys remember and he might still come in, the driver that comes in for the international loads at Cook.
The big
dude.
Really big.
Yeah.
Nigerian.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine him with Oba's size. Big as Oba.
Yeah.
So,
it's like Rey Mysterio. He's so small, but Rey Mysterio is actually a jack dude for his size.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or at least nowadays. But
that's what I was gonna say. Like,
I wish I was as jacked as that dude.
I've seen AJ in person, right?
Hold on.
He looks taller on TV. Like, I'm not saying he's short, but AJ is not as tall as he looks on fucking TV.
Hey Matt, how tall are you?
Actually, I'm 5'2.5".
So Rey Mysterio is taller than you by 4 inches.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just had to look that up. But anyway, I was hoping maybe you'd be a little taller.
And I'm open to share people that the reason why I'm so short is because when I was a kid, I had a double hernia surgery when I was born. I'm open to tell people this.
Oh, yeah.
And what happened was when I was the hernia surgery stunted my growth when I was in elementary school. So when everybody else was getting taller, Matt didn't get taller.
Well,
and the doctors were trying to figure out why, like what is wrong with me. And by the time they had found it, my growth plates were closed completely.
Really?
And I could have taken a shot when I was 16 that would have made me grow another foot or two. Mm-hmm. And I rejected the shot because it would have ruined my high school eligibility for swimming.
wow.
And I told the doctors, and I told them that I had an obligation with my teammates and my team that I was not going to ruin that obligation. So I selected to stay this way the rest of my life.
Man,
I still can't believe. Fuck all that high shit. It is what it is. I still can't believe you fucking swam, played nose guard.
Yeah.
First of all, you play football.
Football, period.
But nose guard in general is crazy.
I played nose tackle for Jackson Creek. I was a nose tackle for Jackson Creek. And the reason why is because our original nose tackle, I was the backup nose tackle, because our original nose tackle broke his leg in a wrestling incident. And I had to step in and start. And let me tell you something. Kids in Columbus and in Center Grove are built a little different than kids around Bloomington. They're a little bit larger than normal kids. And I don't know if they're drinking that river water or what it is, but it is a little different.
Man. Well, I got two things to say about that. Number one, talk about the epitome of a team player to put off something for your team in that case. Number one. Number two, I didn't know any of that, so now I feel miserable for making fun of your height all these years.
Oh yeah,
nah, fuck all that. Even with that knowledge, nothing changes.
Nate's trying to get another coworker of ours to start calling me short round. I narrow my eyes at Nathan like, you evil
I know who you're talking
bastard.
About. Yeah.
You bastard, how dare you?
Like, there are times where Matt does look like the kid from Indiana Jones.
That's the thing.
And it kills me.
Matt is a legitimate.
You can pull pop-ups up, right?
What Funko Pops?
On the screen.
No. He's talking about a picture
on the
of
screen.
I
the
can find it.
short round.
Yeah.
one.
Well,
Yeah.
and here's the thing: like Matt is a legitimate New York Yankees fan. That is the one team
Yeah.
he doesn't bandwagon on.
100%.
No.
So the fact that Short Round wore a Yankees hat,
Yes.
in the Temple of Doom as well. It's
By
just
the way,
like,
By the way, you guys want to know how much that Yankees hat is worth today? Not the one that he particularly wore for the movie, but that style of Yankees hat is ridiculously expensive. The one in the picture, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the one with the pinstripes, right? It's like, is it
yes,
red or blue?
The pinstripes. Yeah, I have a mock of that one. They wore it for spring training one year. And I was like, oh, it's cool. They wore it. Yeah, that one. That hat he has right there.
That's Matt. That is 100%.
Oh, yeah.
That's him when he's trash talking during fantasy
no
football.
fair. You cheat. You cheat.
You cheated. You cheat, Dr. Jones.
You cheat.
Okie dokie. I mean, come on.
Oh, my God.
And that's him when it gets real. He turns the hat around.
When he flips the hat around.
Oh.
So yeah, it fits 100%. So yeah, that's why you get
that's good.
Well, Matt, you knew what you did when you rejected that shot, so I guess
yeah.
Good on you, though.
Good on you, buddy.
And Mike said in the chat, yeah, Matt's a good sport when it comes to short jokes. I mean, shoot, we give him hell, he tries to dish it right back, so it's all fun and games. But
then the majority of the time, though, Matt is the one who engages in I have so many text messages on my phone from Matt where it starts off with him saying my name. I don't know why he does that shit. Yeah. But he'll say my name. I'll say what? And then immediately leads into an insult or some fucking thing, smart ass. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this information?
Well, and it's
Look,
crazy.
I told y'all what he did to me last night, so I don't want to hear it.
True. Off camera, but yeah. Mike also said, Short Round is also Data from the Goonies. I didn't know they were Data.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the only place I've seen Short Round lately was because his acting career has kind of had a bit of a resurgence, but he was in the series Loki as well. He played one of the TV.
Really? I didn't know that.
I know that was him.
Yeah, that's him growing up now. And they even did, like, for the last Indiana Jones movie, he was on the red carpet with Harrison Ford, and he gave him a big old hug after all those years. So I thought that was kind of a heartwarming moment too. But yeah, that's him all grown up now, man. It's crazy to think, man. It's like, dude, time's just got to stop already. You know what I mean? Like,
wow, it looked like time stopped with him. Do you see how good he fucking looks for him?
I know.
Like,
yeah. That was the best picture I could find of him off the cuff here, but yeah, he may show up in Avengers Doomsday and stuff too, because his character's still around in the universe. So very quirky, but he's very funny in Loki season 2. So if you ever have a chance to check that out, highly recommend, in my opinion. I actually think Loki's probably one of the best Marvel series on television on Disney Plus. So, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it was the first season, because I watched the first season. I thought it was great. Like what's his damn name? The actor that plays Loki. I can't remember his
Tom
name.
Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston, yeah. You know how like when you find a movie and like the character or the actor just fits that character in that movie. It's like you can't see them do anything else. Like when we talk about Iron Man, you picture Robert Downey Jr. When you talk about Cap at this point, you picture Chris Evans. Thor, you get what I'm saying, right? Like, to me, Blade will always be Wesley Snipes. I don't give a shit about it. Like, if I think of Blade in the movie sense, that's who I think of, right?
Right. It's a great show.
Loki, it was just, I don't know whether the role finds the actor or the actor finds the role. I don't know how that works. Like,
sometimes
Keanu Reeves from a multitude of movies. But Keanu Reeves as John Wick, like
Neo from the Matrix for me, but both, yeah.
But you get what I'm saying? Like
it's kind of the same fucking role. But like,
I know him from fucking.
For me.
I know him from fucking Bill and Ted's Awesome Adventure, like like
Bill and Ted's Awesome Adventure.
Yeah, it's a good
Speed. Speed's a great movie too.
Speed. Oh, with what's her name?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock, yeah.
Great movie. Sequel, not so much. First one, absolutely great. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So there are just certain actors that fall into a role, and it's just like, like that's
Loki's one. I mean? Fun fact, though, I don't know if you knew this or not. Tom Hiddleston actually originally tried out for the role of Thor before it went to Chris Hemsworth.
I just can't see it.
And then of course he got the Loki role, and then that history wrote itself after that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just crazy. He tried out for Thor. So yeah. I mean, it may have worked. He probably would have had to bulk up a bit more or whatnot, but
I don't know. Chris looks
listen,
like a
they
Viking.
can make anybody look like anybody.
That's
fair
true.
enough. Fair enough.
That's true.
And yeah, I'm just gonna leave
Yeah.
that.
No, you're not wrong.
They have AI actors now.
Yeah, pretty much.
No,
they
this
have-
is even with
they
real
have,
prosthetics
like-
and shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a lady. I'll have to see if I can find the lady that worked for the CIA that told about her. Like, she's an artist and she created these masks that were legit.
Yeah, we watched. Remember the
be able to
makeup
tell it.
tutorials that we used to see, like on
Mhm.
like was it?
Yeah.
There
Well-
was one who makes these Hollywood masks, but they're realistic, like real people masks, where they would put these shits on, and it's a cowl and everything, and it's a totally. They're so form fitting that you can't distinguish the mask from a face. Like it's,
think the face machine that they did to have like the machine or the mask in Mission Impossible. That's a legit thing. I mean, sometimes not great if you're scratching your neck like Joe Biden's mask at one point or something like that. But we'll get it, But there are times, But,
Eric, I was waiting for somebody to say it. I was
I'll take the plunge.
We're not on roll yet.
I know. Fair enough.
I mean,
But
just
fair enough. But yeah, I mean that's a good point though. Yeah. So I don't know what got going on that rabbit hole. But Mike in the chat said he's got a question for the group. He wants to know our thoughts on schools possibly going to 4-day school weeks, and also
That is something my mom and dad have talked about.
and also the cell phone ban for students. I think cell phone ban's a good thing because it forces them to pay more attention.
Study. But that's if you're going to actually teach the kids too.
True. Now 4-day school week. I mean, I guess you could. I mean, I would imagine probably the break in the summers is going to be less if they do that.
I think the less the schooling, the better. Like the less the going to school is the better. Our kids don't go, so I didn't even know they were thinking about it.
Well, more and more people doing homeschooling, I think, is probably as long as the parents get do the curriculum or whatever. I don't know how it fully works, but I know that's more and more of an option.
The e-learning that they've been doing.
Oh, I see.
Why not?
The days would be longer if it was 4-day weeks.
Oh gosh.
No, fuck that.
Yeah,
No,
students wouldn't like that for sure.
No, then that's just dumb. Then
No,
you want
I
to
don't
do
like-
extracurricular activities even after school.
Yeah.
Is this just like in our state, or is this nationwide? They're thinking about where are you getting this from? I haven't heard this.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine it'd be.
Or locally, I'm
4
not sure.
days a week, or like 10 hours.
That's from
doing 4 tens.
NCSC has thought about this.
Well, it must be something kind of going around locally, at least, the very least, if that's kind of something. Mike said, my thoughts is, what about parents that would need childcare for that 5th day? Yeah, that was my next thing. I was just sitting there thinking about that, going, because if you got Friday off, some parents still go to work and stuff like that. What do you do for childcare? Yeah, so that would be another, not to mention an expense on top of just trying to get it all figured out, that sort of thing. So it's been talked about locally. Okay, well, that's kind of what I figured, at least at the very least. But yeah, in Indiana. Okay, well, I don't know. So that's the first I've heard of it, to be quite honest with you. Because I don't have
So
kids.
they
It's not
would-
something I got my ear to the ground on, So, but
I don't like that idea.
yeah, I could see a lot of parents being a little upset with it. Students probably, I don't know whether they like it or not. I guess, but the cell phone thing, I think that's a good idea. I really do, because I mean, a lot of colleges, especially, don't even like their students having laptops to take notes because they can get on the internet, browse, do whatever. But I get that sometimes a more efficient way of taking notes these days. We got to go back to old classic handwritten notes, or or that's the way I used to do it.
So many trapper keepers.
Yeah, trapper keepers. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like school got so out, for no better term, out to left field that now they have to bring it back. So I don't know what the solution is.
And that's why homeschooling did go through the roof, because parents were tired of their kids getting indoctrinated by certain school curriculums that were at the federal level. Everybody's like, well, Trump's trying to get rid of the Department of Education. Well, maybe it's because parents don't like what the Department of Education is trying to force upon their children.
And too, like,
not to
they
get
weren't
too
being
political,
taught
but yeah.
anything though. Like, legitimately, they were getting stuck in the classrooms and then putting tablets in front of their fucking faces, and the teacher would just sit there. Like, it was so.
I think it was Duggar, bus driver, got busted for, I don't know if it was actually rape or if he was just trying to get with a student.
What
She
the
was
fuck?
14 years old, I believe. And this dude looked like he was probably in his 60s. Like,
Yeah,
that is
like,
why
people just
my children don't fucking leave my sight when we're not home. People are.
Yeah, you can't trust anybody. He sent the article to us from Fox 59 here in around the Indianapolis area in Indiana. The Indiana Department of Education has released new guidance for schools interested in switching to a 4-day school week. For most school corporations in Indiana, the idea is a novel one. Only one school in the entire state, Vinton Elementary School in Lafayette, Indiana, has adopted that model so far. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure. You can probably just
no,
it's a long thing.
I don't
Long
know.
read.
Like I think there's too many working. But if again, homeschooling your
At the
kid
same
is
time, you know
kind
what,
of a
Mike?
better option.
See if you guys can start a group of other parents that are going to have a hard time with that last day, and eventually I'll just start a homeschooling group.
Yeah.
Or there might be a way if enough parents are involved, take it to the school board. Maybe you could get something accomplished there. I don't know.
Nothing's going to change if you don't talk to anybody but us about it. That's for sure.
That's for sure. We try to put the word out best we can, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, we only got so much power here on the YouTube.
Yeah.
But so I don't know. But yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Keep us updated on that, though. I'd like to know more if how that ends up going.
That's weird. Like I couldn't imagine like when we were going to school for like 4 days out of the week, like having.
I wouldn't have minded that part having 3-day weekends, but longer days. If you're talking like 10-hour school days, ugh.
Yeah, because you're already in school for what? 8 hours,
something like that,
hours?
or used to be. I don't know what it is these days.
Yeah,
It's like Mike said in chat. I could go to 10-hour shifts and have the needed day off. Luckily, in your case, at our workplace, some departments allow you to work 10 4-hour days or 4 10-hour days, I should say, throughout the week. You have that Friday off or the Monday off, or however you wanted to do it. But unfortunately, in our building, we're not allowed that luxury. We have to work the 5 days. So, but not everybody's job is going to be that lenient, when it comes to parenting. So definitely keep us updated on that. I'd like to know what Indiana decides. It sounds like it's kind of up for debate or decision maybe at the moment. But what do you guys think about cell phones though? Do you think that's a good thing though?
I think it's a good thing, but I also think that they need to have some kind of community way of expressing if there's an emergency.
Yeah. And that's kind of one reason why we're still allowed phones at our job in case one of the kids or something that outside of work needs to contact the parent.
I used to work at a building that had TVs in the break rooms, and I think they even had some in the hallways. And it was really nice because we weren't allowed to have our phones on the floor, but it was really nice to be able to see it and check on shit. That was back when shit was hitting the fan then. So
I don't know how we ever got by without cell phones and certain things, but somehow we did. I guess it was much more difficult. But you ever go back and watch?
I had to explain the what a pager was and what was the point of having one, and I was like, "There's no fucking way." But then I remember that, you may have been born in the 90s, but you didn't grow up in that time frame where these things were a thing. So sidekicks and you remember the chirp phones? You remember those T-Mobile fucking?
Remember that sound? I guess, but
they a lot of construction places, a lot of construction business uses those things. They were basically like walkie-talkie phones. That's what they were.
Yeah,
and the sidekicks, but explaining what a pager was to somebody who has no idea. Like I said, they were born in the 90s, but they didn't grow up in the 90s. You get what I mean when I say they didn't grow up through the 90s, right? They did, but not in the capacity of I was born in the 80s. I grew up and lived through the fucking 90s. I had a pager, which was at that point, the only people that really had pagers were doctors and drug dealers. I'm being honest here. So
wait, why would hold on a second? Brandon knows way too much about this information. Well, now how would you know about what drug dealers have pagers,
brother?
Because as Shaitan likes to say, Brandon is a criminal.
He have aliases.
I guess that's true. You don't need an alias, and unless you're doing YouTube or you're a criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that put us in the same category? We're can't go by our
But like
government names.
explaining
No,
what a
he
pager
just
was.
lived the life y'all only read about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I
having,
heard
like-
you didn't get many ass whoopings either, Aaron.
Yeah, because one was enough for me, and I was a straight student the whole time.
Man, even I didn't get beat up. Damn.
Brandon's just a
No,
little
dude.
tougher.
I just got.
You wanted to
I-
push it a little further.
Yeah, I had to find the line
Firmer headed.
and then go. All right, here it is.
Well, I'm sorry it takes some people a little bit longer to find that line, but I found the line and I did not cross that line.
I'm a habitual line crosser.
Well, no. Hold on. You tiptoe the line a lot.
Who, me?
No, Aaron.
Oh yeah.
Well, he does
Well,
too.
Shaitan, like him and
No,
You
Shaitan.
must have
Brandon
mastered
clears the
that
line.
art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Him and
Brandon jumps
Shaitan-
over the line.
Brandon is the line.
Aaron
Him and
teeters the
Shaitan hit the
line.
line.
It's like, do I beat him or will he change it? Will he get it on his own?
They
I mean,
walk close to the line
I mean-
and be like, "There it is. I see it." But like, let's all calm down.
Let's go.
that's adult Aaron. Adult Aaron is apparently unhinged and unstable. But child Aaron was a little bit more stable and knew where his place was, and he stayed in that place. So
Now he's hit what I tell Matt all the time. He's hit F it mode and doesn't care anymore. The adult
You
Aaron.
know, I,
Well,
I
damn,
told Brandon, Doogie, he wasn't a bad child either. He had a mother who was I almost said principal, and his dad was in the military. So Drew had to have that line and knew where it was, right? So when he started working with us at 18 fucking years old, the little bastard rebelled, and I had to deal with him for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Brandon.
Mom, I wanted child support.
Dude, if
And
you're
her
watching,
birthday
you're
card.
Yeah. We were talking about this last night, and like we was like, out of curiosity, we were just talking about our childhoods and like shit we got into, stuff like that. And the conversation went to was it Aaron that asked? I believe Aaron was like, "Did your mom do you guys have like a belt when you were a kid?" And I was like, "Yeah." Here's the thing: neither my mom nor my stepdad wore a belt, but there was one in the fucking house. I can assure you that much.
And he was hanging on the wall, ready for use if need be. Yeah. Well, Mike also in the chat that wanted to ask Aaron. He goes, "How's the horseshoeing going?" I think he means the blacksmithing, but
that's a hell of a business to get into.
Yeah,
shoeing horses is very profitable.
I just recently bought some crap. What is it called? It's a substance that helps the metal.
The powder stuff.
Yeah, it helps it forge together and reduces the flaking. I just recently bought some of that, but the thing is that I've been so busy and tired and haven't had an opportunity to get back to it. So
you definitely need to make a video of you doing it or something, like edit it together or something. We can share it or whatever.
Fascinating fucking process.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see a little bit of it that one night you did it here, but it was a little dark, so kind of hard to see too much. But it was pretty cool to watch you dry. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Where'd you get the powder at? Out of curiosity, Amazon probably.
no, actually the hardware store in town had it.
Really?
Okay.
Yep.
Huh.
It's actually it's a common
For
powder.
welding.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like anything fancy.
I
It's
got you.
actually used as a cleaning agent in households, I think.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
What is it called?
That's good for health.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen them use it before, but we watched that Forged in Fire show. I know the dust he's talking about. I can't remember the name of it either. But like we've seen them when they pull those when they start making those their
Aaron,
billets or whatever, they use it.
You're the one that looks shit up. Look it up. What's it called?
Yeah, guy in the chair. No, just kidding. That's crazy. Well, while he's doing that, I guess we could get started on some of our topics tonight if you want to. Like I said, we got pro wrestling, movies, we got gaming, no sports tonight. There's really not a whole lot in sports right now, unless you're a baseball or NASCAR fan, probably.
See, kind of sports related. Tom Brady smacked the shit out of Logan Paul.
I did see something like that.
I don't know what that's about.
Well,
I know what it's about. They're at fucking Fanatics in New York, and that's what it's about. I don't know if it's going to lead to a match or something. Not even a match, but like Tom Brady appearing on Raw or something
on SummerSlam, I think, because Tom Brady was also on Cody Rhodes' podcast this week.
Yeah,
so I don't know if there's something going on. It's at Minnesota.
That had to be a hell of an interview, and I'm gonna have to listen to it.
Yeah, I don't know if they've aired it yet, but maybe next week. But it's coming. But either way, but yeah, there's something going on with Brady and WWE.
I agree. Cody Rhodes and Tom Brady have a lot in common.
Go ahead and share it if you want to.
They're both assholes.
Wow.
I shared it, so there it went.
Yeah, no, we'll talk about that more here in just a minute too when we get to Saturday night's main event. But yeah,
go ahead. What was it called?
So the product is borax, which is used in a lot of creation things. But I guess it's called welding flux powder. But you can use borax. It does the same thing, but you can get specific welding flux powder. But borax does the same thing.
All right. Okay. Well, just fun fact: I put borax in my bath water last night because it is bad.
For that less flaky feel. That's what the sword is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's actually good for you. Yeah.
The boron is good for you.
Okay. So. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. And Mike said regarding Tom Brady, I guess got to do something to get people to buy tickets. Yeah, SummerSlam we talked about last week or week before is not doing so hot and tickets. I don't know what it is up right now, but they were only like 22, 23, 24,000 per night in a 70,000 stadium. So I mean, they may tarp some of it off. Clearly, that's what
when you're charging $1,000 a ticket and it's $90 for gas to get there
for SummerSlam, you're probably charging. 1,000 is probably about the right. Yeah, you're probably about the right spot there. So
WrestleMania is not paying that. Like that's ridiculous.
No one's paying that.
I didn't like paying $600 for the Royal Rumble a couple years ago. I didn't like doing that.
That's ridiculous.
You know what? What we paid for those seats to go to the Colts game, that was it. I'm not going any higher.
I think that was what 300 or so around in there.
No, I think they were about 200 a piece.
Yeah, 200
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Okay, I paid 300 for those seats before. But yeah, and to be honest, that's probably about as close as you're going to get until you start paying big time money too. And we were in one of the end zones.
Hell, but yeah, for the price that we paid, those were some pretty good fucking seats. We were right by the anvil too, like on the other side.
Yeah.
So like,
and the closer you get to the 50-yard line, the higher it goes, because you know what I mean. Because you get closer to the middle of the field. So yeah, it's ridiculous. And that was just a regular season game. Imagine the Super Bowl or just playoffs in general.
Yeah.
The one playoff game I got to go to, thankfully, was I didn't want it to be Peyton's last game as a Colt, but it was Peyton Manning's last game as a Colt, and we got like nosebleeds. And the way we got the tickets, I think Mike knew a friend who passed away had tickets or something, and I mean I didn't want to get them that way, but I wasn't going to turn down playoff tickets for sure. But yeah, it was like way up high, like we could barely see the field, but. I ain't gonna say no to playoff tickets. That'd probably never happen again. You know what I'm saying? So
I got to see two Hall of Famers that played on the Colts when I got to watch them, and that the two Hall of Famers were Adam Vinatieri and Frank Gore. They both were on the Colts at the same time, and I was very fortunate to get to see him because I knew Vinatieri was on the way out.
For sure.
He was definitely trending in that direction. So I was happy I got to see him kick while I did.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Vanderjack sucks.
Real quick, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I guess, is getting an upgrade.
Okay.
It was, 50 minutes from where we lived before. And a friend of mine said he went out there recently, and they're putting a hotel in, kind of like Kalahari or Big Splash or whatever. I just thought that was interesting. I forgot.
Yeah, the Football Hall of Fame was really close to where we used to live too.
Cool.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, I wonder if they'll kind of highlight some of that during Hall of Fame week coming up. Actually, about 2 weeks from now, I believe, is the kickoff of the Hall of Fame.
Brother,
so
I'm
starting. Is it really?
I'm starting to get that real anxious, like it's football season.
Football season's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for those of you playing fantasy, I haven't gotten around to it yet. I'm hoping by early next week I'll have everything ready to go.
Oh,
But,
one more thing.
I've already paid.
Yeah, Aaron's already paid.
Yeah. I had an interesting conversation with Logan today.
Right.
He asked me, he asked me about the World Cup and asked me if I watched. I said, no, I don't watch soccer. I'm not that big into baseball. I'm trying to get more into baseball. Let me put it that way. Basketball is not really my jam. But we were talking and he asked me about because he didn't understand how big soccer was. And I went, dude, it's probably the most popular sport in the world simply because these are countries playing other countries. Like these aren't just, you know what I mean? And then what broached on that was then he asked me, he was like, well, what's the second most popular? And I was like, I think it's American football. I could be wrong. And then I go, wait a minute. I said, rugby's kind of the same thing. But then I thought about it and I go, rugby's more along the lines of I guess, because not everybody plays American football, right? Just in the same sense of not everybody plays hockey. Hockey's really huge in between, I think, Canada and here. I think that's it. And I was like, I don't know if rugby's along the same lines as hockey or football.
Well, here's what Google says. Soccer is obviously most known, around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 would be soccer number 1. These are in no particular order after that. Cricket.
Really?
Basketball.
I love cricket.
Basketball, tennis, and field hockey.
I do. I love cricket.
Field hockey?
Yeah. So it is worth noting that popularity can be localized. For example, within the United States, American football remains the most watched sport. So, it's mostly us. Now, they're trying to branch out over the last few years with their international market in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, who knew? Cricket and
I didn't know cricket was that.
When I found my love for cricket was when I was on a cruise, and cricket was all they played.
You got to know what a crumpet is to understand cricket. $10 if you know where that reference came from. Brandon knows.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Thank you.
That's a good line, brother.
That's a great line.
Hey, so is that $10 off fantasy? Can I get
no.
Back?
Yeah,
Yeah. How do I get that?
You said it. I Everybody saw it.
Fair enough.
He was talking to the audience.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I did. Yeah, it don't count if you work here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't work for you.
Yeah, you do. You do pro bono work for the.
Pro bono.
Pro bono.
Yeah, pro bono.
At this point, I'm basically an intern.
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of football, what was that Matt said or Mike said?
What did he say? He's talking about the Colts tickets we got for the playoff game. Demi Ritchie had a friend who sold his tickets for $100 a piece because his friend passed and he didn't feel like going anymore. So that's how we got those tickets. And he said, speaking of football, only 50 days till the return of IU football, which means 49 days left to celebrate having won the title. And you're still the champ. You're still the champ until you're not.
What you talking about? Let's go get another one.
You're the champ until you ain't no more. You know what I mean? Once you're eliminated, then it's over. Technically, that's the way I look at it. Because I want to say I'm the fantasy champ all year round.
I think the work's not done. Let's keep going.
So I sent you an image of what it's going to look like.
Oh, the whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing.
Things.
Yeah.
Hey,
who knew? I thought we were going in tonight. Wouldn't have a sports section, so we're doing one up front. Here, so
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm kind of glad. I had nothing.
We're 43 minutes in, and we haven't.
Yeah, but we're about on course if we did have a sports thing. So so it's not a big deal. Let's see.
I didn't know they were redoing the. That's fucking cool.
Unfortunately, that's about as big as I can make it.
I ain't going back to Ohio until this is done.
Yeah, so apparently they've got multiple different spots here of where they're upgrading their different locations at the Hall of Fame. Like I said, it's kind of hard to bring it up any higher than this right now, but but anyway, that's pretty cool that they're doing some upgrades. It's probably needed too, to be honest. That facility's been there for quite some time.
Yeah,
but
in a
Play Action Plaza, the indoor water park,
the
hotel,
Constellation Center.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you can see the stars and shit.
Huh.
Right?
Maybe. I don't know. That's what it sounds like.
Or is that like an observer?
Or it's like a stars, get it? Stars of the NFL? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I just want to go into the room with all the busts Because like John Madden always says, they talk to each other at night when no one's around. So I just wanted to verify, but anyhow.
Yes, Ryan Lee.
So you've never been up that way?
No, but I'd like to. If you ever want to make a road trip to Ohio, let me know. I'll go for that. Man.
Oh yeah, that means we could go through and show you where we used to, the old stomping grounds and what life was like for us.
It ain't nothing,
brother. When we went up there, it was heartbreaking to see the neighborhood that I grew up in, what it is now. That shit hurt my soul.
It's crazy to go back through your old stomping grounds when you're older,
Yeah. That shit hurt my soul. I was like, damn. But my shoes are still on the telephone pole.
Oh yeah.
We pulled up on the corner of the house that I used to live in, and my shoes were still up on the power line. I was like, them bitches still there. That's crazy.
Mike said in regards to IU's championship year, he said, hey, new season means new work to be done. Last season will be last season. Oh yeah, that's fair. That's one way to look at it.
You guys get any welcome prospects this year that you know of?
We just got a 5-star recruit for the first time in college history.
Oh, that wide receiver?
Yeah.
I seen. Anyway. Yeah, I seen that.
Don't ask me to pronounce his name, but I know we did one of those.
I seen that.
So that's crazy to think what they did without any 5-star recruits, and now they're starting to get at least one. But hopefully, good things are still on the horizon. We'll see.
Hey man, it took one guy to come in and turn that whole fucking facility around. Good on y'all, seriously.
Yeah, well, I had a conversation.
A good coach is supposed to do.
And that was what I was telling a coworker of ours too about Mendoza, but going to the Raiders this year. Whether he plays or not, he may get benched for the first season. I'm not sure. But if he plays, though, it's going to be interesting to see how much of it is Mendoza, how much of it was Signetti.
That's the same. Isn't that the same conversation they used to have about Brady and
Belichick? And we saw we eventually saw it was Brady in that regard. So we'll see how it goes. But before we get into all that, we got some other sports to talk about. The last pure sport in America, as I like to tell Matt. We got some pro wrestling to talk about, so let's get into that, shall we?
I didn't know you were talking about UFC that way.
Yeah, no. If you saw the McGregor
fight, that UFC shit.
Poor McGregor, but boy, I'm glad I didn't pay for that match. I'll tell you that. Anyway, so let's get on with the program. All right, when it comes to the last pure sport in America, Conor McGregor. He'll be back one of these days, but it might be time to about hang it up. I don't know. That's just my opinion on it. But if it takes another, 4 or 5 years it was since his last fight, if it takes that long again, he's going to be well into his early 40s at that point. Maybe it's time. But we do have some breaking news. And speaking of injuries and, leg injuries at that, it was announced tonight on SmackDown as soon as the show opened up. Breaking news in regards to Rhea Ripley. Due to her torn meniscus, she is now going to be vacating the title temporarily, at least, as an interim WWE Women's Champion will now be crowned in a ladder match at SummerSlam. 5 women will compete in the ladder match. We already know 2 of the entries after SmackDown tonight. Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton have already, qualified for this ladder match. So 3 other women to be named at a later time, probably on Raw or coming weeks.
This can't happen to Muscle Mommy.
Yeah, I know. Well, here's the thing, and I know Mike's got an opinion on it. I know he don't like the interim champion idea. But here's the thing. I think initially they thought that probably the knee injury wouldn't be as bad, so they decided not to take the leg injury, whatever. Rhea wasn't going to be as bad, so they were thinking, okay, we'll just leave the title on her and hopefully she'll get ready to roll. Now, I honestly think they don't know right now. If it was a long-term deal, they would completely strip her of the title and just, put it on someone else and have her come back. But since it could be sooner rather than later, as they're saying on commentary, that's why they decided to go with the interim route. So they'll have an interim champion, and when Rhea comes back, her and the interim champion will probably compete for the undisputed or whatever would be the women's championship at the time. So that's kind of their line of thinking, I think, at the moment. So what are your guys' thoughts on Rhea Ripley having to at least give up the title temporarily? She's not really. She's still the champ. It's just there will be an interim champion in her place. So thoughts?
I think it's still a better option than taking the title from her, putting somebody else in that slot, having them win, and then have her come back a week later.
Yeah, like Willow Nightingale. I see what you're saying there. And again, that almost struck me as another one. It's like they thought it was going to be longer. It turned out not being that long. And then at that point, they already had her, vacate the title. So
yeah, that sounds like a great plan, but at the same time,
yeah, you think it was due to put Monet in the tournament. So
100%.
And you may not be wrong. You may not be wrong in that regard. But maybe this is WWE kind of learning from that too.
But at least this right here is an admission of we're not sure how long she'll be out. So instead of not defending the title or not doing something with the title, we'll do this. But everybody knows in the background and on the forefront of like up front that like if she comes back and it's not as bad, then she is going to compete for her title back. Period. Like at least you know that.
Sure.
So in this aspect, there's really because if it is longer or it's worse, then whoever's the champion now just becomes the champion until whenever. You know what I mean? And then when Rhea does come back and she's healthy, she could start a storyline on her way to get that title back instead of just now immediately getting a title match. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So like this gives them leeway and some maneuverability in that aspect by saying either A, it's not that bad, but she just won't be able to compete at this date for, you know, with her title or defend her title. So we'll give it to somebody who can, so the title's still on the show and we still have something to do, but with the notice of if she comes back, she gets the title shot. But if it is bad, then the title gets to be put on whoever's shoulders and they're the champion. And then when Rhea comes back, you can start a story from that point forward.
I kind of see the merits on both sides here. Like Mike said, he thinks it's dumb. I hate the interim championship idea. You crown a new champion, then if she returns, she gets the first shot.
That's essentially what it says.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what's happening anyway with this. You just got the interim against the reigning champion. So it's basically that, you know, idea. It's just kind of done with different verbiage or whatever you want to say it.
Yeah.
About said verbiology. That's not a word.
Verbiology is
anyway, I was trying to put ideology and verbiage together. Anyway, so you can kind of do that. But either way, I think it's going to be pretty much that's the way it's going to go. And like Brandon says, at least it kind of gives them that leeway. So I don't have a problem with this. It's a tough spot as a company to try to, you know, play this by ear, as it were, because you just don't know what these injuries are going to do.
And knee injuries suck. Ask Connor. Like legit, he came back from a broken leg, and then
that's probably why she don't know how long she's going to be off. She's seen that shit and was like, I don't know.
And she's been dealing with this. Well, she's been dealing with this for what, at least a couple months now, because they showed her on screen with the knee injury or whatever it was. So it's, you know, it's something that she's been dealing with. But I don't know. I think this at the very least buys them some time to try to figure out what to do next. You know what I mean? So I'm fine with this. It'll be a fun ladder match. It'll add something to the SummerSlam card.
So you say Jade and Tiffany are the first two.
And Jade won by DQ tonight. So she kind of got in on a DQ. But I don't know who the other three will be. But who would you put it on? It can't be Liv Morgan or Io Sky that we're aware of, because they're wrestling each other for the women's world title on Raw.
Raquel.
I can see Charlotte Flair maybe being involved here somewhere.
Yeah, I was about to say Charlotte.
They're kind of playing off this Alexa Bliss broken arm injury, even though Alexa's double jointed. That's what that was. Was storyline. But yeah, so you could Raquel, you could do Roxanne. There's things you can do there.
Perez.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you could go with this. Maybe even a Lyra Valkyria, depending on what happens at Saturday night's main event. With
I think
Bayley.
Valkyria would be the great one to put it on.
Well, she's kind of in this weird spot here where she's kind of this like crazy, like losing her mind.
Like,
you know.
Well, I think there's too much.
But the reason why I think you should is because you should see what she is. I mean, you can only poo-poo on so many times.
Well, I see what you're saying, but when you got Lyra Valkyria's character right now is kind of going through this, I can't win, I'm frustrated, so I'm losing my mind. Yeah. You don't want her to just be successful all of a sudden.
You know.
I agree, but you don't want her to like be successful out of nowhere. Then it kind of kills the gimmick where she's on a downward trajectory, you know. So you want her to build back up to that, you know, eventually maybe get babyface again or whatever. But I see what you're saying, but you got to build that out a little slower, I think. But
you know who I would do in all honesty, and I'm not saying give it to her, but I would put her in this match. Sol Ruka, Roxanne, and maybe Raquel, but if not Raquel, Charlotte. And put it on I'd put it on Perez to be 100. But unless your story is going to end up with Perez either versus Io or Liv.
If you're doing Perez or Raquel, you do it against Liv eventually.
Yeah, so maybe not those two.
Take all. Yeah,
I could see Charlotte, because then if Charlotte does win it, that right there is your in for Charlotte and Rhea.
right
to build up a story between that.
To build off of that, Mike put in the chat, it was announced because what's her name? Not Jade Cargill, the other one. Yeah, no, Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill won by DQ. So it was announced that Adam Pearce tonight that Nia Jax will get another chance to qualify against Charlotte Flair next week on SmackDown. So
that's another one that you could put it on.
So Nia may end up losing twice here. So,
dude, have you seen how great a shape she's got? Her
she looks really good.
I wish I could be that successful. I was at one point, and I got.
And let me tell you something. I used to poke fun at Nia for being that kind of way, and she's really put in the work for herself. So
I ain't got no room to talk. No room to talk. Yeah.
Bronson Reed, fucking good on him.
Yeah,
but no, I would. Man, that's a hell of a.
That's a tough
I would
question.
do Charlotte. I think the Roxanne Perez thing. Because she's good, but I think that the in play there is between Raquel, Roxanne, and Liv.
Eventually, that you would think that would maybe be like a triple threat of Mania or something, somewhere down the line. But yeah.
I think Sol Ruka would be a great addition to the ladder match. To be honest,
sure. I don't think she wins though because she's already got the Intercontinental title.
But I think,
but yeah,
Charlotte. I think it'll be Charlotte.
I'll tell you someone who needs it, Julia.
Oh yeah.
They brought her up. Same with like Jordan Grace. I know Jordan Grace had a bit of an injury, but they brought them up and they've not done anything with them yet. But Julia especially kind of got the short end of the stick. But we also got some new matches for SummerSlam coming up here in a few weeks' time. Chad Gable this week won a gauntlet match to secure his #1 contendership for Penta's Intercontinental Championship.
That's going to be a banger. That's going to be a banger.
And I'm telling you right now, I know we'll do our SummerSlam predictions in a couple weeks on the podcast here.
Gable.
But Gable wins the Intercontinental title here. Penta's had it for quite a while. It's Gable's time. And I hope that's what they do with it.
And here's the thing. Penta had a great run with that title, too.
Sure.
Make no mistake about it. Penta had a hell of a run with that title. But I think to reward, I'm saying reward, and I don't mean that in a negative connotation, but literally to reward Gable for everything that he's done for the last, year and a half with that whole gimmick, being injured and then taking that, and then the mess that he had with fucking Kaiser in triple. Yes, 100% give that to Gable.
Yeah, I think so. And then I think you can eventually move Penta with Ray Phoenix at some point again.
Oh yeah,
do the Lucha
I seen a thing where an interview that Ray did, and they asked him if he would.
I thought it was lightning
he
outside.
Said, it's not a matter of if I will, but when. So I think, and
they were going to do that before Ray got. I think it was Ray got injured. Maybe maybe it was Penta. One of them guys got injured, and then they had to pull back on it. But yeah, so one of those guys. But either way, this will be a great match. It's a good addition to the SummerSlam, and it should be a banger, as Sheamus would say. But Gable is my predict to win here as well. We also got a trios match here, 3-on-3, I guess you could, well, not trio, 6-man tag, whatever you want to call it. Jay and Jimmy Uso along with Jacob Fatu against Royce Keys, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa at SummerSlam here, which has got more implications when it comes to the bloodline overall, and that's the whole storyline going on there. Which
man,
they're
talk about putting Royce Keys from fucking, what I mean?
And my whole thing with that was like, well, what's he got to do with the bloodline? I'm very happy that the commentary has been doing a great job of retelling the whole story of how Royce Keys has been very close with, was it Solo Sikoa?
No, Jacob.
Yeah, one of the two guys there. But they're doing a great job of kind of showing their history. Yeah, so it brings them kind of more of in the dynamic. And LA Knight, of course, had his feud with the entire bloodline for the last years or more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this should be a fun match. And I liked how LA Knight on Monday Night Raw called Jey Uso the unfortunate event instead of the main event because he's having his issues right now.
LA Knight, I love LA Knight.
So that explains where Jey.
What's so sad is he's such a peon that he'll never amount to anything.
LA Knight? No.
But it's so enjoyable to watch him on TV.
He's definitely got a lot of Stone Cold in him when it comes to
he's like he reminds me legitimately when he cuts his promos. It's this weird mix between his cadence and his delivery is a mix between The Rock and Stone Cold.
When he walks through the ring, he's got that swagger like Austin. You know, he's just, yeah. It's they're not using him like that because obviously he's not as over as Austin was, but he is rather over.
But his cadence and his way he cuts his promos again reminds me of The Rock.
Agreed.
But the attitude and you're right, the swagger that he has on his way to the ring and in the ring is more or less Stone Cold. And like hell of inspirations to draw from, don't get me wrong, but like he's taken it, and although you can draw similarities from those two to him, he's made it his own thing. Does that make sense? Like
yeah. It's kind of a mix of the two, but it's like becoming his own. It'll get
it's his own deal.
Yeah, so that should be fun.
But so Royce Keys, though, like I'm hyped to see that. Like, and the whole thing with Royce and Jacob is like they were in MLW together. They were all over the Indies together. So like, it's not like Royce Keys is pulling this shit out of his ass. This is real life. And again, that makes the best fucking promos when you mix real life with storyline. Like, you know, it makes it more relatable in that aspect. So like, he's speaking from a very, and like, I will say this, the whole bloodline thing has gotten good at taking these real life situations and putting real emotion behind it. Like, I agree. Again, I'll go back to Roman and CM Punk's whole promo thing, you know, it real personal, real quick, but like also him and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I was about to get into we're going to get into that in just a second because that's one of the major stories here. But before we do that, we do have a confirmation of a return to WWE. Big Cass is on his way back to the company. Now, we don't quite know right now if Enzo Amore will be joining him as a member of this, you know, former tag team here. But SAWFT is confirmed to return on August the 3rd, which is a Monday Night Raw, which is a couple of weeks, the Monday after SummerSlam. So it sounds like Big Cass will be making his big return to the company there. So thoughts on Big Cass, and are we getting Enzo too? He's been doing he's been spending a lot of time at the Performance Center, Enzo has, but I haven't heard anything.
I would love to hear that old fucking what did he used to say when he
bada boom, realest guy in the room?
Yeah, bada boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing?
It was a whole thing. I mean, it would take but you guarantee they're going to aura farm that if they bring it back as a tech.
Hey,
we talked.
Do you bring Carmella back?
Carmella.
I
mean, yeah, sure. Why not? I forgot she was kind of a part of that there for a while. There. Yeah. So you could. I mean, why not? I mean, I'm sure Corey Graves would be all right with that. I mean, for sure. I mean, so maybe we'll see her as well. But with Enzo spent a lot of time at the Performance Center, we still might. And we talked weeks ago as well about how WWE is interested in revitalizing their tag division. This would definitely be a start to be able to do that as well. So we'll see how it ends up going.
Man, they used to crush it back in NXT. Like, him and Enzo, Big Cass and Enzo. Yeah, great tag team.
And I love AEW, but it seems like WWE definitely knows what to do with their big guys more than AEW does sometimes. So that'll be a big plus for Big Cass as well.
That may change in the future. By the way, I was going to mention something about this. I texted Eric a couple of days back. This has to do with AEW. Okay. I think it was AEW. Big Show.
Oh,
what about him?
I've seen that post.
Okay. Big Show is a massive human being.
Sure.
And you don't really realize that. But when he was in that ring the other day, I was like, holy shit.
You must have been watching some old video.
Was that like an indie show or some shit that he did that?
It was with AEW.
Well, he's made some appearances, but he's not been in the ring in a couple of years now, at least.
This guy was in the ring.
Okay, well, this might have been an old video. I did see a few going around of him, so maybe it was something that was kind of hitting the feeds. He was doing like knockout punches, I think.
I was looking at this guy, and he was.
Sure, you should have watched. You should have watched him in the late '90s, early 2000s, dude.
Yeah, back in WCW, brother. Well, no, WCW kind of fucked him. It wasn't until he really got to WWE that like Paul White kind of took off. Do you remember when he was doing that drop kick?
Yeah, in WCW, he was doing drop kicks off the top rope, though.
Yeah, they were like, stop doing that shit.
Yeah, too big for that. But yeah, you definitely go back watch some of his feuds with like Austin when he was under McMahon's control and stuff like that. You'd like that, I'm sure.
Good shit.
But one big return we did see last week on SmackDown was Baron Corbin made his return to WWE. He was the lone wolf in this case, I guess.
Wolf, yeah.
But he attacked Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes during their United States Championship match. Trick Williams on Baron Corbin returning, he said he's just mad because my title has more hair than he does. He's referring to Trick Williams' championship, which is all furred out, which is an interesting look. But so yeah, it looks like we're going to get him injected.
Trick Williams' whole aesthetic, like it fits. I love the fact that they can make it personal. You know what I mean? Like it's like the smoking skull belt. Like that was the Brahma Bull. You know, the iron crosses that Triple H used to have on his.
The spinner belt that Cena had, you know.
Yeah, like I love that fact that like Trick has made, because like right now he adds so much value to that title. Like he's adding his own prestige to it. So it being fuzzy, hilarious, but
yeah, you just got to do it to where it doesn't look stupid. Which I know I'm not saying this does, but I'm just saying we've seen some very bad.
Oh yeah, we've seen some bad
as well.
Let's call
but it sounds like I think at SummerSlam it's going to be Corbin versus Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes, and I would even throw Ricky Saints into that mix. So we get him back on television. I'm not sure how the night went, but so that could be a place that Baron Corbin can get his legs back under him in WWE. So looking forward to seeing that.
I want to say this: in the days. One of my favorite fucking finishers. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the impact, the way he delivers that fucking move. Like that's a move I wish I had the foresight for back when I was wrestling. Like it is a cool fucking move because you can catch and you can do it to anybody. And the way you catch them off of it, off a simple, fucking feet off the ropes, catch them into it. Like you can hit it out of fucking nowhere. You know, it's a very versatile. That face is crazy.
Yeah, dead ass into the camera.
He looks at him like, you know what it is.
I'm back. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that. Like when he had him like posed up like that, I was like, that's a hell of a fucking finisher.
Also on Monday Night Raw this week, we had Maxine Dupree letting everybody know her feelings on why she joined the Vision, basically. And that's when Otis and Akira Tozawa came out asking her why she would turn on them. And they even put Otis in this like spot where it was almost like he had feelings for, which I don't know if they've really done a whole lot of like build to that. Really, they did. Well, I guess I just wasn't paying too much attention to it, but I guess Otis kind of declared his feelings, and then Maxine Dupree distracted him as Austin Theory gave him a low blow. That's when Maxine Dupree looked at him and said, "Did you really think it would ever be us?" Kind of playing on the fact that he's overweight, so a girl like her stature could never be in love with a guy like him. You know, very heel-like tactics here for sure. So the Vision got one up on Otis and Tozawa, and that of course led to the backstage segment where Paul Heyman approached the Vision, and he basically said, "You know what? Maxine did so magnificent tonight. Why the hell do you need me for?" And he walked away. So Paul Heyman it at least appears that he is no longer leading the Vision, as he's got his own troubles there with Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi coming up at Summerslam.
Yeah, I knew that's
messed up.
It's just in time for him to get rid of the Vision.
Yeah.
So that way they can break up like a bad boy band.
Well,
because they pique nobody's interest.
I don't know about that.
That's a fucking lie.
I just said the truth, man. That's all. Tell the truth over here.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of gone through this metamorphosis, kind of like the Judgment Day when it was originally first introduced under Edge's leadership.
Thank you, Eric. I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, because like it's changed a lot from the very beginning, the original Vision to the new Vision, and of course when Bronson Reed comes back, I'm sure he'll be joining this group again as well. But yeah, that's kind of what it reminds me of, and even like like I said last week, Maxine Dupree and Austin Theory remind me of Dominic and Liv 2.0. It's kind of mirroring a lot of the Judgment Day right now.
And that's the thing, though. Like you have to, at some point, you have to let these things develop on their own, right?
Everybody.
When Roman first came back and he started this whole tribal chief gimmick, Paul Heyman talked a lot for Roman.
Sure.
And then eventually they gave the mic to Roman, and more or less Paul became a back piece. I'm not going to say he wasn't important, because he was, but he became a background player to Roman.
Sure.
The Vision was started by Seth Rollins. We knew eventually the breakup was going to happen when Seth gets ousted, and now it's up to them to stand on their own. But they had Paul. Now Paul's dealing with this thing with Oba and Lesnar, which is great because Lesnar could use a mouthpiece. That's where Paul comes in, right?
Sure.
every last one of these guys here can talk on a microphone. They don't need
Yeah.
Paul for that.
Yeah.
So now I already laid the groundwork. Now it's up to you guys to carry this ball from
Carry it
here
forward,
and make
yeah.
this group what you want it to be. So the vision now becomes what they want it to be. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I feel like in wrestling, that's what it's all about. Like, I set you up, I get you
One
where
might
you
say
need
that
to
they,
be, and then now you have to be on your own.
now they have to have their own vision.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think Paul even said something kind of similar too.
What about white vision?
Yeah, that's later this year. But,
That has a stink on it.
Yeah. But the question here is, though, and we'll get to Mike's channel on this in just a second. But looking at the new vision right now, who's the leader? Is it Braun Breaker, or would you put maybe even Austin Theory as the leader right now?
Again, it's going to be that thing of where we found out with the whole thing with the Judgment Day. Who was the leader after that?
Yeah.
Was it Finn?
Was it Damian Priest?
Yeah. And then after
Dominic.
that, Dominic. Like,
yeah.
I mean, we just don't know.
This is always the dynamic of any heel faction. Save, I guess, the Horsemen. Because Ric Flair was way too charismatic for anybody to outshine him in that aspect.
Sure.
When it came to the Wolfpack, the NWO, the question was, who's the leader? Obviously, default was Hulk Hogan, right? Even though Hulk Hogan was the one who joined after the other two. I get it, they were the outsiders, but then when the three of them came together, that's how they came to NWO.
Yeah.
But then who was the real leader? Him and Kevin split off.
Yeah, definitely Hogan. Oh, you mean I got you. Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying? So like every heel faction fought it's that eternal domination.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When the nation started, Farouk and Rock, that whole thing. And
it's all about that quest for power when you're a heel. You know, you're in a group, but you always have your own ambition, you know, to outshine your even your teammates at that point.
Yeah.
So I see where we go with that. And Mike had a couple good chats here. He said if she wasn't pregnant, I try to get Mandy Rose back to hook up with Otis. Then you could do Otis and Mandy versus Austin and Maxine. That'd be great. But yeah, I didn't know she was pregnant. Actually, I knew she was kind of not WWE anymore, but wow, congrats to her, by the way. He also said the vision was cursed from the get-go and has slowed, if not killed, Breaker's momentum. I wouldn't say it's killed. I don't think it's killed his momentum. I can put up an argument that maybe slowed is the right word, because there has been a few weeks where Breaker has looked like the bodyguard in his own faction. That's why I put up the question: is Austin Theory the leader now?
I really hope that Mandy Rose, if she's having a child, let's hope it's a boy.
Why?
Because I don't think the world would handle her having a girl.
maybe not. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, with the vision, it could also be one of those situations too, where it's like they're all equal. Like there's no leader; they're just like all equals. You know, and all run.
And I think together. That's this young faction is like that. I don't think they need guidance. That was the issue with Seth Rollins. Like they didn't need a leader; they all saw themselves as equal, and opportunity presented itself. Like. So I don't think that there'll be that power dynamic or struggle, I guess, inside that group.
And one last thing I want to mention here with the vision, with Paul Heyman now leaving the vision from the looks of things, maybe they can coerce him back in. I don't know. But it looks like he's focused solely on Brock Lesnar against Obafemi. If Brock Lesnar is scheduled to retire at SummerSlam, what percentage would you put on Paul Heyman doing what he always does? He's done this when he was with Brock Lesnar before. Then he jumped to Big Show, back to Brock, back to Roman, to CM Punk, to Seth Rollins, back to Roman. What's the percentage that he ends up being the mouthpiece for Obafemi?
But I don't think Oba needs a mouthpiece.
I don't think so either. I don't think he does. And I agree with you. And I don't know if I want to see Oba go heel, but it would make a little bit of sense because I saw this being theorized this last week. At SummerSlam, maybe he turns on Brock and joins Oba, and eventually Oba challenges Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, and then you got the Paul Heyman thing with the old bloodline stuff once again. So I'm just saying that's an idea they might want to pull a thread on and see if they can maybe make that work.
Do you know what I think I would love to see at some point? I'm not saying right now because all these guys are on their own journey and they're all killing it where they are. I would love to see a new rendition of or bring back somewhat similar to the Nation with Oba, Trick,
Carmelo,
Royce, and Carmelo Hayes.
That could be all right. I just don't know if they do it in today's societal climate. You know what I mean? Like
what?
Because in today's sensitive world, I don't know if that would work. I'm not against the idea. I'm just saying that I don't know if that would be pull the trigger.
Man, I think that'd be so fucking cool to have, because like that faction back in the day was fucking something.
You definitely could not have like another faction then do blackface like X-Pac did. You can't do that.
Oh, come on, dude. That was hilarious.
I know, but at the time, now you get in big trouble for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying they might be some things they would maybe want to do
today.
But yeah, for sure.
Hilarious when they did that shit. Who was it? Was it Triple H was it Triple H that was Mark Henry?
No.
He had like
Triple H was dressed as The Rock,
Yeah, that's right.
I can't remember who it was. Oh, it was Beetle.
Yes.
I can't remember, but anyway, yeah, it was a good segment. You can look that up on YouTube. But anyway, and I don't disagree, Mike. Oba doesn't need a mouthpiece, and the day is going to come where Heyman needs to go, or we'll be ready to go, not getting any younger. And maybe he is thinking maybe toward the end of his career too. That could be a possibility with Heyman as well. But Heyman and Punk's always been close. I mean, there's always that aspect. There's a lot of topic right now that maybe Cody Rhodes is going to finally go heel at SummerSlam. So I don't know. I mean, where Heyman's going to fit in after Brock does indeed retire. But and I'm not saying Oba needs a mouthpiece, but I just heard that theory that maybe that could.
I think Heyman will probably. I'm not going to say fade away into obscurity because that's never going to be the case. No. I think he'll probably take more of a backstage or a producer role. If anything.
Yeah, I can see that. He's done that
again. Or if we're looking to replace a GM on fucking SmackDown,
and maybe that's all they're doing. Maybe that
would be a great addition to that.
Oh my God! Could you guys imagine Paul Heyman being a general manager?
Fuck yeah!
I think he's done it before.
I would buy tickets.
He's probably done it before.
To see him be the general manager.
Hell, he was great as a commentator for the time that he was a commentator.
Oh yeah, he's good at anything pro wrestling. Yeah. But since we are moving towards SummerSlam, the big main event for SummerSlam is, of course, Roman Reigns versus one of the main events. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. They had their contract signing this last Monday night on Raw, and they, of course, this how contract signings go in wrestling. Bunch of verbal jabs, and sometimes ends in physicality more often than not. Seth Rollins started the verbal confrontation here by saying, "My brother, I'll see you next time you want to show up to work." So it looks like Seth was kind of getting the upper hand on Roman Reigns here. After that, though, Roman Reigns just took Seth Rollins to school, in my opinion. Roman Reigns, as Seth Rollins tried to leave, Roman Reigns called him back, said, "Hey, what if you do beat me at SummerSlam? What's going to happen? You're going to carry it for a couple months and then get hurt again?" Because that's what Seth Rollins seems to be doing a lot lately. Then he went even further. He said, "You want to know how I know you are number 2? Because after all these years, he still needs a Money in the Bank briefcase to even become champion." And he said, if you thought that was bad enough, he then has to fake an injury in order to use the damn thing, which was a great deal they did last year or whatever with the fake leg break or whatever. But Roman called him out on it. Then he continued. He said, if there was ever a time for you to be number 1 in this company, your work daddy Triple H is running this damn thing. They tried. They gave you all my stuff, and you still couldn't fill my shoes. You're number 2, and you'll always be number 2. I'm number 1. Just acknowledge that, bitch. So it was a great promo by Roman Reigns. I'm not going to lie. So much so Seth really didn't have a comeback. I mean, he tried, but it didn't really work.
He's about to cry.
Yeah, he kind of, he was getting owned. And lately, Seth Rollins has been getting owned on the mic. He got owned by LA Knight a couple weeks ago. Got owned by Roman this week. Yeah.
This era or iteration of Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Again, I still stick to the fact that, the motherfucker has never changed. I don't understand why people go, well, he did apologize privately. Bullshit.
Yeah,
is the same manipulative asshole he was then till it never changed. These promos are a direct indication of that. I get it that the tribal chief character that it is Stone Cold, right? Once Stone Cold cut that promo at King of the Ring and became Stone Cold Steve Austin, when he came back from that injury and all that, the whole thing with all that shit, and he became the tribal chief, that is it. There is no more Roman Reigns in the sense of Shield or anything else like the big dog, none of that shit. It is the tribal chief, the OTC. That is who this is, right? His promos are literally they're
not scripted anymore.
No,
it's him. doing what he's supposed to do, finally getting a feel for it. And we come a long way from suffer and succotash. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I can't believe they ever had him say that. But, and the one place that, as much as Seth Rollins has been getting owned for the most part, like I said, he tried to make a comeback verbally, but we'll show you the aftermath after that in just a second. One place Seth Rollins does have the upper hand on Roman Reigns is his record against Roman Reigns.
That's
At
true.
WrestleMania, as he pointed out a couple weeks ago in his promo with Jacob Fatu in the background, he stated, WrestleMania 41, I pinned you in the center of the ring and took your wise man. Talking about Paul Heyman. WrestleMania 40, I sacrificed myself so Cody Rhodes could end your reign of terror. For 4 years, you were unstoppable. You beat everybody except for one person, him. I could walk it back all the way to the greatest cash-in WrestleMania history, WrestleMania 31, I believe. I took your main event, and you couldn't do a damn thing about it. I have owned you since day one. I put a steel chair on your back and ended the Shield at a show I was at, by the way. So I was very happy to see the beginning and the end of the Shield in the same building in Indianapolis. And I think Digger was there, too. So, yeah, so Seth Rollins has been owning him in his record. Roman Reigns has really not been able to beat Seth Rollins. Of course, after this promo where Roman just schooled him on Monday Night Raw, though, Seth Rollins then reverted to obviously violence here. And I think Roman tried to make a comeback as well, but he ended up putting him down for a curb stomp to end the night with a couple weeks to go before the big show. So now I think this time, though, I think Roman Reigns is going to get his win back after all these years from Seth, getting all those victories, and Roman's going to retain and move forward to Oba at WrestleMania probably. But what they do in the meantime, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah,
here's the thing, and this has nothing to do with wrestling. This is just from a personal standpoint. Roman wears some nice fucking shoes. A lot of, you know what I mean?
Probably like, cost a lot too.
They're expensive.
Got that young Bucks shoe budget.
If you've never been in a wrestling ring, then like you don't, the canvas feels weird, right? It's very sticky. Tennis shoes are very sticky on a canvas. Okay, that's why a lot of wrestlers like using them, because you don't slip as much. But like the crease that would happen in those fucking shoes, and then you're just face planting and just stubbing the shit out of those shoes, scuffing the fuck out of them. I do not understand what his shoe budget is, but for the shoes that he wears in the fucking ring, couldn't do it myself. Not spending that kind of fucking money.
No, and
I'm sure those dress shoes that Seth is wearing also ain't cheap. So like, I can't do it. Like that was it. That's what I wanted to say. It blows my mind sometimes when you see these guys in the ring in these fucking outfits and shoes, and like then they get physical. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, y'all just don't care?
Well, I'm sure they don't wear them like, every week in the ring. So I'm sure wear them once and then you're done with them. You know what I mean? Like, or you put them up in the closet and you don't wear them again for another 6 months, that's how they keep their, but anywho. You're right. I just feel like this was a good promo though. And I think it did a good job of kind of setting the tone for this match. Cause I thought, beforehand, it was kind of like, okay, Seth's getting a title match. He lost the first round of the tournament. I know he's still Seth Rollins, and he's got the history with Roman. But I thought this did a good job of kind of getting me more hyped for the main event of that.
But it's also good to see that it's not like a callback in the sense, right? They have a long history together.
Sure,
long history together.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of ups and
literally.
So it's like
these guys are destined to do this forever, as it was put. So that's kind of the way it goes for sure. We got a couple other chats here. Mike said Triple H was a Rock, Road Dogg was D-Lo, Billy Gunn was Godfather, X-Pac was Mark Henry. And then a young comedian named Jason Sensation was Owen Hart. I remember that kid being very skinny.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure. No doubt about that.
I forgot about that. I forgot Owen did join the fucking nation at some point.
We got a new chatter here. EDM331 said, has McGregor hurt the views it did with me? I guess he's talking about on his stream or whatnot. Not really. I mean, we don't usually talk Conor McGregor anyway, but if it did, it did. I mean, we don't always get a great deal of viewership, but we're very happy with the views we do get. No, it doesn't seem to really affect us, if that's what you're asking, though, for sure. And then Mike said, I wonder if Roman ever got his other shoes back from Bronson Reed. Probably not, being him.
Probably not.
What do they call him?
The tribal thief.
The tribal thief. That's what it was.
Yeah. And that's like a trophy for them. I'm sure they all have each other's shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's like trading jerseys. Instead of like,
I'm about to say instead of trading jerseys, because like, believe it or not, there is this huge shoe culture in wrestling, and like, I remember when Kofi had gifted Roman a pair of Forces. And then Roman in turn did the same thing for Kofi, like on Kofi's birthday or something. He got him these custom fucking shoes made and gifted to him like these shoes. it's a real thing, and Miranda's probably 100% correct. Bronson probably has those shoes in his house somewhere, you know, of like the time he stole Roman's shoes.
Yeah, and it is display case somewhere with his other, you know.
If they ever bring back MTV Cribs, they should do one on wrestlers just to see if that's
what stuff have they exchanged over the years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say that about Trump real quick. He likes stuff.
Yeah.
And if you're going to get you like that helmet he got last week or whatever, he likes stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when it's gifted and signed or whatever, you know. Like,
yeah.
I can see that.
I can't imagine the sports jerseys that this man has, and I say sports because he's really into sports in general
for the last 40 years of his life or more.
Yeah, which kind of and like title belts, you know, the custom made belts and shit like that he's gotten probably from not UFC and WWE and.
I hope he's got like a man cave, sports cave, or whatever, because I'd like to see
100%.
Can you imagine what that looked like? Just plastered in gold.
I guarantee it'll all be in his library once it's built.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of the guy who loves New York sports, we've got Saturday night's main event coming to New York City at Madison Square Garden tomorrow night on Peacock, and it might be NBC too, but it's on Peacock for sure. But so Roman Reigns has officially invited Jalen Brunson, the New York Knicks champion and WWE fan, to Madison Square Garden. Makes me kind of wonder if we're going to get like a Tyrese Halliburton like appearance or something. I don't know, but I'm just saying for whatever reason, and it could just be him sitting in the crowd, you know, with all the other celebrity guests they do on Saturday night's main event.
If Tyrese shows up, the world has to know that he still owns New York.
Oh,
damn! Sing.
That comes from a New York fan.
Well, and it is interesting how, you know, the talk always was, and it's not the Knicks' fault, but they did not have to go through the Pacers like in years past, and they've not been able to get past the Pacers. But anyway, that's not their fault.
Is Roman calling himself the king of New York, or he's referring to Jalen?
I think he's talking about Jalen. They're just talking like he's been invited by Roman. I don't know if that means Roman's making an appearance or Jalen Brunson's just going to be in the crowd watching the show, you know, from Madison Square Garden. So, I mean, either way, it's a way to hype up the show for the New York Knicks fans who are happy that their team won the championship for sure. But we also got a big, 4-match card here. We've got, let's do them one at a time here. Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. Let's get into predictions here. Like we said, Lyra Valkyria, it's kind of been on that downward trend after losing all these times. She's taking it out on Bayley, and Bayley's, trying to understand, but at the same time, good on her this week for not taking the crap that was presented to her by Valkyria. She ended up fighting back after many times of being abused in that situation. So I'm happy to see Bayley
put her foot down. Interesting to see Bayley on the receiving end of shit like that. You know what I mean?
And now she's finally set up with it.
Yeah. When she did the same thing to Lyra, though. Like,
you know what I mean? Was that after the Mania match with Becky?
Yeah.
So it's kind of come full circle a little bit there.
I say give it to Bayley, because if you have to furry this whole downward spiral before I guess Lyra hits rock bottom and really then really takes that trajectory upward. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I would do. I just got this feeling they're going to go to Lyra, though. You know,
I don't think they should. I think it's too early.
I agree with you.
Your bigger payoff is turning this into this could be a semi-main at a pay-per-view.
Get her so low where she becomes like Nikki Cross levels of crazy.
Yeah, where she gets desperate and starts really, pulling out stops and really cheating to win a match. Just to win.
Well, and I agree with Mike in the chat here. He said, I think Bayley's out the door soon. So this is her putting Lyra over on the way out eventually. And I don't disagree with that. I don't know when Bayley's going to be leaving, but we've got Mercedes Moné and AEW doing Instagram posts, her teasing matches against Bayley at Wrestle Dream in like October or November for AEW. So Bayley's one of those who I think if she were to leave the company, she would end up in AEW for the Mercedes factor alone.
The only question is, if she does go, and again, I'm not opposed to her going,
and you can still have Bayley win here,
roster, but like, it still remains to be seen. What are we doing in that division, though?
Sure. Well, and I was just gonna say you could have Bayley still win here, and then when it is closer to her time to leave, then she puts over Lyra. So I mean, it could still be dragged out a little bit longer here for sure. But time will tell there. We also got a women's tag team championship match: Paige and Brie Bella versus Fatal Influence. Who Fatal Influence seems lately have been on this job before.
I have a question.
What?
How long are we going to do this Paige and Brie Bella shit?
Probably till Nikki
until
Bella's healthy.
Nikki comes back.
Yeah, and then Nikki will probably turn on Paige.
We'll be talking about her.
That's my guess. Yeah.
Well,
It has been since Mania. I agree. I understand. I don't know if they're ready to give the titles to Fatal Influence.
It really made me sick watching the Mania.
Well, they kind of had
her not getting to do that with her sister.
Yeah, I agree. They probably should have waited. That's my opinion on it. But
that is a moment, and you know what? She might still get that moment with her sister.
But now it means less, though, as we said at the time, because Bree has already had that moment. Like, because the whole idea was neither one were able to have the tag championship yet, and now they can't ever do it together for the first time. So that, to me, at the time, was part of my problem with it. But they were trying to do something with Paige's return. I get it.
And maybe that may be what her sister wanted. You know,
and I'm sure.
It's also more of a motivational thing too, like in the sense of when she comes back. It's not out of nowhere that she turns on, Paige in the sense of like, you ruined my moment thing, but at the same time, without it, you wouldn't have won the titles. Like, I understand it gives them an out in the way of getting Paige out of the tag team, putting Nikki back there. They can go on, and then Paige is free to do the whole singles run that she should have got from the start. Because think about it, two people are handcuffed in this situation.
Yeah, so Paige too.
And you know what I'm saying? So,
and since they've been brought her back as a tag, Paige has kind of felt like she's just been there since Mania, not really done. I see your point with that. So yeah, and I kind of agree with Mike. When Nikki returns, they will finally turn the page on this team. Right. See what he said. But do you think it's time to put the titles on Fatal Influence? Because to be quite honest, I don't know if they're ready to pull the trigger there, but they've got the Fatal Influence on SmackDown, at least, has kind of been in jobber territory as of late. So I don't know if this would be a way to kind of revitalize the group a bit, or if you just gotta continue the jobber route here. But
this also could be the down if they do lose the titles. This could also be the start of the downfall of Paige
and
in this situation, and then Nikki could be on her way back.
That's true.
Soon after.
Yeah. You could do a program with Nikki and Paige I'm sorry, Bree and Paige until the Nikki returns, and then they could chase the title run for sure.
Yep.
So we'll have to wait to see there. We also got this will interest Matt. Danhausen versus JD McDonough.
Why does JD look like a midget in this photo? That's crazy.
I know.
I love Danhausen.
And this match on Monday Night Raw has now been made a no disqualification match, so Dominic Mysterio is getting involved. Shenanigans will ensue.
Who's gonna help out?
I love the chaos aspect of
Danhausen.
I mean, whoever
in general.
Whoever Danhausen has been cloning or whatever is probably going to get involved. Miz and the Kit Wilson will probably be involved in this.
Lord.
So this is going to be shenanigans for sure. But yeah, Danhausen gets the win here. I mean,
good on Danhausen. Like, I will say this because there's only two people in wrestling that made a career made something out of a career that was cut short due to some injury or whatever the case may be, right? It's Danhausen and R-Truth. R-Truth and
God, these two could be gold together. Why are we not doing this?
Lord Jesus.
Give it time. It's going to happen.
It's still getting gold out of Priest.
Yeah.
And Truth right now.
Yeah.
And
it's
again, Priest has wanted to work with Truth since the whole thing with the Judgment Day. So, like,
sorry, I just saw Mike's chat about JD.
That's why.
You ever noticed JD McDonough looks like a taller version of Hornswoggle?
Yes,
I mean, I have many times.
What is
like
Mike's
a tall midget? It's crazy.
What is Mike's obsession with Hornswoggle?
Dude, Hornswoggle was like major back in the day. Yeah. He was in some pretty good storylines back then.
But if you've ever seen pictures of Hornswoggle, especially lately with the beard and the long hair, he does look a lot like him in the face.
Remember when we saw him at that indie show where he had
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, but anyway, Danhausen for the win here. Or as Mike, I'll never forget Mike. The first time he saw him in AEW, he texted me. He goes, "Who's the mime?" So there you go. He's definitely very popular these days.
Very popular fucking person.
And of course, the main event in New York City on Saturday night is Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. And Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, versus Gunther and Sami Zayn. And it was announced tonight on SmackDown that if Gunther and Sami Zayn win their match on Saturday night's main event, they will be added to the WWE Championship match at SummerSlam, making this a fatal four-way between these four guys.
100%. So I haven't seen a fatal four-way in a while.
So I think that if that's the case, that's probably what's going to happen. I
Yes.
don't know. Maybe Nick Aldis somehow gets involved trying to get to Gunther. But then again, we've been talking about Gunther and Nick Aldis going one-on-one too. So I don't know.
Make it a triple threat at that point.
I mean, with Sami and Cody, and maybe I don't know, but maybe you hold Nick Aldis and Gunther until the next pay-per-view, and you get Nick Aldis costing Gunther the match at SummerSlam.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And then you know what I mean? Maybe that's the route they're taking. Maybe they're going to be a little patient with Nick Aldis. I don't know. But yeah, so if that's the case, maybe this becomes a fatal four-way at SummerSlam. But either way, this is a tag match for tomorrow night. So yeah, with that step involved, I'll take Gunther and Sami somehow, some way, by hook or by crook.
Or you could have Nick come out in this match, which looks like he's going to distract Gunther, have Cody or CM Punk try to stop him, and the other person in the ring, and then, you know what I mean? Like, I would have CM Punk try to stop Nick from interfering in the match. Cody eats the pin, takes a haluva kick, or gets choked out by Gunther, whatever the case may be. And sure, then you could do about it that way. And then have him actually interfere in the match at SummerSlam to where he, draws Gunther away from the match and then finish it how you would finish it. Either, I'm assuming CM Punk still retains.
I think so too. For a while,
yeah. I would. I could see that happening.
And I still wonder if maybe that heel turn of Cody Rhodes eventually happens at SummerSlam. But we've been talking about that heel turn for forever now. I don't know if we're ever going to get it, but it could be closer than we think. I don't know. That's kind of what I've been hearing. So yeah. But anyway, that's WWE.
Cody Rhodes heel turn was like us Colts fans waiting to see Michael Pittman become a dominant wide receiver.
He might be in Pittsburgh.
It just never happened.
Man, if you all make him into 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns, I'm gonna be pissed,
dude.
Like
on the opposite side of the field, you have DK Metcalf, right? Of course, Michael Pittman is going to be. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's attention is going to be on DK. Period.
Yeah.
It was so you're going. Pittman's going to be able to run free essentially. So
that's my concern with the Colts. The covers that Pittman was drawing. Will Alec Pierce be able to break free of? I know we got the young receiver Josh Downs and Tyler Warren, but yeah, that kind of does concern me. They didn't replace Michael Pittman. Now, of course, there's a lot of talk that they might go get that receiver from San Diego that's always Los Angeles Chargers. Vince, who was that guy? He's kind of been around forever. Anyway, I can't remember his name. But anyway, I don't know if the Colts are going, but
I don't know.
Oh, I thought about it. But anyway, the Mike said his thoughts. He thinks that all this costs Gunther and causes Sami to go more crazy. That's possible. You talking about at SummerSlam or at main event? Because at main event, then it kind of leaves Sami out to dry for SummerSlam. But yeah, I mean, and maybe that's what they do at SummerSlam is do it. But I don't know. Either way, yeah, Sami is going to continue down that path too until he's just gone nuts. Kind of like Lyra Valkyria. It's almost mirroring each other a little bit at this point. But yeah, on the flip side of things over there in AEW for wrestling here, we got the long-awaited return of Hangman Adam Page on Collision on Saturday night last week, which of course they had to put on the lower chyron that he recently had a vasectomy, which I thought was kind of funny. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Same boat, not recent, but same boat.
Yeah, and Mike says he thinks that's going to happen at main event, but so yeah, that's very possible. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, with Hangman Adam Page returning, the big question is what's he going to do now that he can no longer challenge for the AEW Men's World Championship? He said, "quote I intend to be a man of my word. I will never challenge for the All Elite Wrestling Men's World Championship ever again." Who is Hangman without the World Championship? The honest truth is that I don't know, but we are damn sure going to find out, aren't we? Also, in this promo, he mentioned out there's many titles he could go for: the TNT, the International, Continental, the National Championship. So there is a lot he can do, furthering other talent and things like that as well. Obviously, Cody Rhodes had this same stipulation. He ended up going to WWE over it, but it was Cody's decision, much like it was Hangman's decision here. So whatever it is, he's okay with it because it was his own volition. So we'll see where this ends up going. I'm curious to see how they play this out without him jumping ship to another company. But yeah, there's plenty for Hangman to do here. I personally want to see Hangman and Kenny Omega against Ospreay and Moxley before All In. I don't know if we're going to get that after we found out the main event for Redemption this week too. But what are your thoughts on Hangman? What's he going to do?
Oh my crap!
Okay, man, that's one way to feel about it.
Well, did Spencer Steer and JJ Baudet hit a home run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Multitasking.
Well,
Focus. Stay on target.
I will
Stay on-
say,
this is related.
I will say
He warned
this.
you in
I
the
think-
beginning he was going to interrupt you a lot.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Which,
I will
Yeah.
say this. I think they'll find a loophole in this whole aspect. I think
Eventually.
they'll run with the whole him challenging for other titles. I think that'll be, and plus that's great. Right now in AEW, the heavyweight division is kind of stacked. You need to start weeding those. I say it's stacked, but really there's only, I think, 2 top guys right now. Like, let's be real honest here. 2. It's MJF and Will Ospreay. Those are your 2 guarantees. And I understand again that right now Omega is champion.
Oh, no.
It's just, if you're asking me who's the 2 top stars vying for a title or vying for that title right now, it's MJF and
MJF may be out for a while with the knee.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But
and I think it was it kind of like the whole thing with Rhea. I think his knee injury, even though he had 2 fucking hellacious matches leading into him losing to Kenny, I think that knee injury was worse than anybody thought. So kudos to him for working through that shit. Seriously. I remember I did a ladder match with a fucking rolled ankle, and that shit was terrible. And I still did the fucking ladder match. Like, it was bad. Like, my ankle was swollen inside my fucking boot. Like, it was
Twisting
fucking
it
terrible.
is the worst pain you'll ever.
And I had to work a ladder match that way. So, like, I understand. Like, it
It
was a hell of a. I still put on a hell of a performance. Let's get that out the way. But it sucks when your finisher is a double stomp from the top rope and your ankle's fucked.
like a coup de grace. Oh god.
Yeah.
But
So,
do you
like,
think? But I kind of see your point. I kind of wonder if, like, maybe eventually Hangman goes heel again, reneges on the stip, since it was kind of like a verbal agreement anyway or whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't think it was in right. I can't remember, but
I don't think that's. But I don't think that's the play. I think what will happen is he'll have someone like a Kenny or even Ospreay.
I'll give you, or
offer
MJF
him a
even.
challenge. Yeah.
You almost have to be, if like MJF say, like, I'll renege on the agreement. You beat me this time, I'll give you your chance back or whatever. Like that. You could do that. So yeah, I mean, maybe down. I don't think it's anytime soon.
No. I think this will, maybe next
years
year or even a year. Yeah. Let him, help in the. I hate to say this, but like in the mid card.
It sounds bad, but if you want to elevate those talent, and they've got a lot of young talent at that level, he would be a perfect guy to help elevate.
That's what I'm thinking. You do. You use that. You use his stardom, and the same thing with Darby. Like use their stardom to elevate your mid card division.
Yep, that's the plan. And I don't disagree with you there. I think that you're 100% on the money on that one. But speaking of Kenny Omega, they had his World Championship celebration this week with the Young Bucks and their New Day color-themed gear, as it were, come out to give him the actual AEW World Championship belt to get rid of MJF's Big Burberry belt because, as we talked about, custom championships there. So Kenny Omega has the original title back around his waist. And, of course, Ospreay come out to kind of wish him congratulations and we'll kind of preview a little bit of their All-In there. And, of course, that brought out Kevin Knight, who astutely remembered and mentioned that because he helped MJF in that steel cage match at Death's Door at Forbidden Door, that he is granted a world title opportunity. Now MJF's not the champion anymore, so he mentioned to Kenny Omega that he still has a title opportunity. So now we're getting Kenny Omega versus Kevin Knight at AEW Redemption for the World Championship here. But hold on, before we get to that though, we've got Kevin Knight defending his title, his TNT Championship against Darby Allin on Dynamite this week to kind of finish off that feud with Darby Allin. So my big concern here is, are they going to have Kevin Knight lose the TNT Championship to Darby and then subsequently turn around and have him lose to Kenny Omega like 2 or 3 weeks in a row? Like that, I feel like more like Kevin Knight's probably going to beat Darby, set him up as the main #1 contender to Kenny, and then Kenny beats him. But so maybe Darby don't beat him. But if you beat him twice, that's not really building young talent. You know what I mean? So he's going to lose to Kenny, no doubt. But he'll have a great match against Kenny, which will further his rise to superstardom. But
at the same time, I don't feel. The side stipulations that were made in that match, it's one of those that it's like he did it to get them to do his bidding. I understand that reasoning, but that was, if I'm Kenny Omega, right, and you come to me with this whole song and dance of like you take that up with fucking MJF. That got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Like I get that I hold this.
Well, and I think he kind of said something along those lines.
Like, you take that up with him. That ain't got shit to do with me. Like you want a title shot with me. You fucking earn it. You earn it.
Well,
he
did. Like, to be fair, he did say that. I skipped over that part. I apologize. He did say, quote, to Kevin Knight. He said, "The first day I laid my eyes on you, I saw something special. To somebody that had it. That's undeniable factor that only a superstar possesses. I saw somebody that looked the part. I saw somebody that was faster than everybody else. I saw somebody that could jump higher than everybody else. And most importantly, I saw somebody that could be hungry." So he was putting himself over. He wasn't granting him the title match because of the MJF stipulation. It was granting him the title match because he sees somebody who doesn't have to live under the shadow of Don Callis, which Kenny Omega also has done. And even later in the night, when Don Callis was kind of promoting the TNT title match next week, Kevin Knight kind of looked at him like, "I don't need you, bro." Like, so again, we've got another guy kind of at odds with Don Callis. I
still feel like too.
Yeah.
Again, this is just me.
Don Callis is going to lose all of his guys before this is all said and done. Outside of his jobbers.
I feel like Kevin Knight would have been a better fit for the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, I agree. And where they been, by the way? I don't know what happened.
I'm saying, like, could you imagine MVP as the mouthpiece for Kevin with the background of Lashley and Shelton? Like,
now Kevin Knight does have to learn how to do it, but
yeah,
I agree.
But again, Callis doesn't talk that fucking much.
Yeah,
and he's not the best in that aspect. Any fucking.
And when he does talk, he loses his teeth.
Exactly.
Which I love how commentary's been making fun of. But like one night they were like, "Does the Don Callis family offer good dental, or why do they keep getting all these guys?" It's like I about died.
But like
poor Don Callis.
Putting him with somebody like MVP, and again the imagery, the background of having fucking Bobby Lashley and arguably one of the best fucking wrestlers and most underrated wrestlers in the fucking world is Shelton Benjamin right there.
Yeah.
Like,
I know
it writes itself.
It just depends on what's going on with the Hurt Syndicate. I don't know. I mean,
they were on
either. Episode of Collision about a month ago.
Still baffling to me that Bobby isn't in this.
Yeah, he should be in the world title picture to begin with.
Shelton Benjamin should be for the Continental Classics and
the Kyle Fletchers of the world. Yeah, right in there. But now his age may have something to do with that. But it's not
he can out wrestle half of the guys on this fucking roster.
Agreed. So yeah,
I mean, like that in WWE too. Like I'm not nitpicking either company here. WWE dropped the ball with him a long fucking time ago. Him and Charlie Haas was one of the best tag teams they fucking had.
Well, they were called the world greatest tag team for a reason.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's any injuries involved with the Hurt Syndicate. They weren't a couple months ago or so.
I know.
So I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll have to look into that one. But that's the case. Like, again, it's also one of those things too. There's so many places for so many people on these shows, but you could take off some of the guys from Ring of Honor on Collision and put the Hurt Syndicate on that show. So if that's the case, I don't disagree with that.
You know who I'd rather have seen than fucking Roosh go against MJF? You could have had fucking Shelton Benjamin, or they had history.
At least they are finally doing something with Andrade. Thank God. First go around they didn't do anything with, and now they're finally starting to push him. At least looks like toward the international championship right now, or the national championship.
Let's be real here for 1 second here. Putting Bobby Lashley in this title scene, great for business, but you could have Shelton Benjamin having matches with Kyle Fletcher, with Andrade, with Okada, Takeshita. Like, bro, do you get what I'm saying? Like,
I know everybody in that Kyle's family right now. Yeah, I agree.
Even at his fucking age, he can wrestle circles around half of these fucking guys. Tommaso Ciampa and fucking Shelton Benjamin would be great. Like,
which it was also announced this week that Jericho will be wrestling. I think Ciampa. I think it's a redemption with Jericho with his Painmaker.
Yeah, so don't give me age when you still got fucking Jericho and
50-year-old Jericho
in the fucking ring.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there in that regard, but
all right, sorry.
That's all I got. That's all I got for AEW anyway. But anyway,
soapbox here. I'm just saying, like,
I agree. Yeah.
I feel the same way with WWE. Like, there was, man, like, You could have done so
Decaf,
much
decaf.
more
Yeah.
with these guys, like legitimately.
And to be fair, they did use the Surge Syndicate for a while there and pushed them pretty hardly, especially in the tag team division. But yeah, I'd like to see Bobby Lashley pushed even further in the men's division. If there's not something going on backstage that we're unaware of, it's just one of those things you just never do know. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see and how things are going there. One last thing in wrestling, Mike said, you see that WWE has now booked AAA to go head to head with AEW All In. I think it is. It not only the same night and the same. Are you sure it's All In? Because I think that'd be Redemption, maybe. I haven't seen what.
I was like, All In. Because All In's in fucking Wembley.
Well, not only that, All In. I don't care what you book against it. It's AEW's WrestleMania. Triple H has no chance. AAA.
Yeah, first of all, that's in Wembley, and I don't think AAA is going to Wembley.
No, it would be. It might be Redemption. Let me look and see if there's anything on here. AAA next pay-per-view. Next pay-per-view is Verando del Scandalo, which takes place Saturday, July 25th. Will be held at the Arena San Marcos in Mexico. Triple Mania's until September. So when is All In? It might be that. I don't think it's that weekend, is it? All In. Redemption is the 26th, so AAA would be the day before. All In is on August 30th, so I don't think AAA has a pay-per-view that night. I'm not saying NXT or whatever won't try, but either way, yeah, AAA or NXT are not going to beat All In. It's just not going to happen. So, I mean, you can try to counter program, which again, I think there's enough places to go around. You don't need to do that. AAA, AEW, it don't matter. Let the guys have their space. You know what I mean? That's just kind of my opinion on it. But yeah, that's WWE for you. But anyway, Mike said Dark Side of the Ring this week will feature a match between Samoa Joe and Necro Butcher. Yeah, I want to check that out too. And next week's episode, I'm looking forward to because it's supposed to be a Big Boss Man.
I met Necro Butcher.
Yeah. Yeah, really?
A couple of times.
It's whatever show is in Chicago. I haven't heard AAA in Chicago.
Butcher people?
No.
He wrestles barefoot. I know that. He's a deathmatch guy.
Not AAA pay-per-view.
He's weird. It's a weird guy.
Oh, okay. So next Lucha Libre event in Chicago area is WWE X. So it's a WWE. It's kind of like a forbidden door. WWE and AAA Worlds Collide Super Show takes place Saturday. Saturday is Sunday, actually, September 26th. Is it Saturday or Sunday? September, but that's September. That would be All Out, not All In. Okay, so they're going against All Out, which is not their WrestleMania, but it's still one of the AEW's pay-per-views. Okay, so it is in Chicago. I don't know if All Out's in Chicago too. You're right. So yeah, they both be in Illinois. One's in Rosemont, one's in Chicago.
Yeah.
Well, Rosemont is Chicago, All State Arena. So yeah, anywho. I don't know. I mean, that's fine, whatever. And it depends on how much WWE books that show their main stars against AAA. Maybe that would draw some attention. But if they don't.
The reason why I was interrupting you earlier, Eric, was because John, my friend at work, there's this player for the Reds named JJ Bleday. And he constantly comes up to me and goes, JJ Bleday, and makes fun of the fact that I called him a throwaway. Well, he continuously has had a great season this year. And just walked it off against the Rockies. So I get to hear that all on Monday. So I'm like, great.
Hey, man, it's not even football season yet. You just wait. Just
saying. I'm not ready for that.
Oh, I am. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do this.
Eric wants my money.
I want everybody's money, but I don't know if I want to win. It's hard to win 2 years in a row. I'm telling you, it's not easy to do.
It is easy for Eric to win off of my money. Yeah.
Anytime I can win,
it is if you cheat.
Hey, now that's a deep allegation. If you can't prove it, zip it. Zip it.
Oh, I can prove it. You still you have 5 quarterbacks on your freaking bench.
Well, it's like 4, I think, but technically there's no rule against
you
that.
You screwed over 3 people when you did it.
Mostly you, I think, because you're the business.
Mostly you.
Yeah, it was mostly me, but Nate also got shafted. He had a terrible week that week.
He had a terrible year. We don't talk about a week. That poor guy. And he still made the playoffs with his whole team on injured reserve, by the way. So kudos to Nate.
So you're the only one that got fucked there, buddy. That's on you. Okay, do better.
Yeah. So Aaron,
do better.
Aaron, quit whining.
Well, yeah, Mike mentioned an old friend of ours, Professor, I guess, tried to cheat in one of our leagues, I think. So, but we put a kibosh on that one, and I've not really talked to him much since. But anyway, water under the bridge there. I'm not going to hold any grudges. But anyway, so we're looking forward to that. But yeah, I've tried to make the rules in such a way where people can't take advantage as much as possible. Not to give myself an advantage. That's not the case. It's more of be fair. So I'm very.
This was fair. You were looking for.
Now you sound like Trump.
One up, and now
see, I'm trying to be fair.
But Aaron sounds like the Democrats. So
Aaron failed. It is what it is. Aaron, you fucked up. That's on you, big dog.
I don't know how I got him. I must have bid more money or something.
You did.
Or I got him somehow.
Yeah.
Fucking dollar.
But it ain't my fault. I
want everyone to know that I am the root of this conflict.
Literally, he goes, how much should I bid on a quarterback right now? Because I kind of need one. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know anybody who needs one. And I did not take into account you or Nate. I did, for whatever reason, it never crossed my mind. So I'm like, I don't know. Nobody really needs one right now. And he goes, well, should I bid on Bo Nix? I'm like, yeah. He goes, how much? I go, I don't know, like $1. So like he did it, and then you beat him out by like, was it 50 cents? It wasn't that much.
It wasn't.
It was fucking cheap, and we found out
it was $1.
It was $1.
It's like the price is right, man. What's the $1 without going over?
I bid $5 and he bid $6.
Yeah,
that was probably
died.
But that's the thing.
The most infuriating thing.
You didn't know how much I was bidding. I couldn't tell how much you were bidding. It just happened to go that way. Like I just happened to do like $1 because you can't see the other player's bids.
No.
So I had no way of knowing you were even attempting to bid on him. So you can't blame me.
Wasn't there several people that bid?
Probably. It was like 3 or 4. Yeah.
I bid on him.
Yeah. And I didn't really. I mean, I wanted him in case Joe. What was it? Justin Herbert wasn't playing very well, and he was kind of banged up a little here and there. So I wanted him as insurance. I just didn't need him eventually.
There was 2 weeks that I used Joe Flacco.
I'm sorry.
And I enjoyed those 2 weeks because he was actually serviceable.
And that's why you were last.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay, and out of all the insults that I've been given by this crew, being called a liberal Democrat is the worst one. Are you freaking kidding me?
Wowie.
Yeah.
You were explained what happened numerous times, and you're still saying Eric cheated.
He cheated somehow.
I
can't prove it yet.
But we will.
I will.
All right. Well,
I just gotta get the right president in office, and we will prove it.
Good luck, because
we're moving on. Help from China.
Yeah,
yep, definitely help from China.
Russia Gate, Russia collusion.
This is going to make the movie section very interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if I can DM Trump to see if he will help
give me any tips.
Yeah,
for sure. Preview for our Rumble news and politics.
Well, make sure when you DM him that you don't use Roman Reigns' fake account.
Yeah. Make sure it's got a blue check at least. You got to buy the subscription to X to get the blue check at least, guys. Make it look real.
Speaking of which, was that really Roman Reigns? Or
no,
fake?
It was some fake account, but they were acting like they were the real Roman Reigns, which I thought So I thought I'd give him a little bit of a promo there. So I don't know how much that'll help you grow your X feed or anything, but anyhow. And Mike Mooney meant Professor. He meant Professor won 2 in a row, right? He did, I believe. Actually, he was the only one I can recall. I have to look at the old records to see if anybody else did 2 in a row, but my Professor was one who did do that. So but he also
what was it that he cheated in?
He tried. He made a trade offer to another person in the league who's no longer in the league that he wanted to trade for some players, and most of the league thought it was an unfair trade, so they vetoed it. It was vetoed by the league. It was done and over. Well, he coerced that player, supposedly, but per story, to do the trade again because he was mad that it didn't get approved. Well, when it went through again, the league rejected it even faster, and that's when he dropped all of his players because he was mad he didn't get his way. So it was one of those things that was like, okay, we can't have that in this league. It's not fair because you're just mad now. So I put all of his players back. I ended up kicking him out of the league, and he's not played since. But this has been years ago. He tried to just do things, So, but again, it's kind of a he said she said thing too. But But yeah, anyway, it was a whole ordeal for sure. And then Mike said Aaron will eventually call a press conference in 6 years about this Bo Nix fantasy football scandal. Maybe. Hey, as long as he's got evidence, he's allowed to do so. As long as he doesn't get blocked by all the networks, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah,
facts.
What
is today's
we'll have to
date?
vote on whether or not
July
we're going to hear his
17th.
arguments.
Brother, if
So,
he ever
in
wins,
2032 on July 17th.
back in 2025, Eric did this. I don't know.
Back
Maybe
in
we'll-
2020.
one of
Go out
those
and
things,
let this
like
shit
whenever
go,
he
brother.
wins,
Well, I
set up a
can't- let me say something.
Oh, Nick scandal.
It'll be known as the declassified fantasy football files.
Like, my God.
It's no longer redacted. And
Yeah.
there's nobody to protect.
we're all gonna be sitting there and like with press passes and shit,
Yeah.
hold microphones up.
We're making wagers on teleprompters, things like that. But anyway, more on that later.
I need
Why?
to AI this
Why?
image somehow.
Oh God!
This would be awesome.
This ought to make for a very fun Rumble segment later. I got a feeling. So, yeah.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
forward to that for those of you watching here for sure.
Oh,
Before we get into all that,
hilarious.
let's get into the movie section so we can get to that segment, shall we? So let's do the movies first, and we'll go through that. Here we go.
Oh, God.
Real quick before you get
Brandon.
started,
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
You're gonna have a very anxious puppy to see you in a second. He had to go outside. I had to let him out. He's probably
Oh, he's already here.
All right,
Oh,
never
yeah.
mind.
Well, and I'm kind of, I don't know if you've been noticing, I've been drinking some water here. So I'm going to play this trailer. I've already seen this. So for those of you who've not seen it, we're going to do a quick trailer reaction for I Play Rocky, which is a biography film about Sylvester Stallone starting his career alongside making the movie Rocky. This is a movie that's coming out on November 20th. I'm going to take a step aside here, go to the bathroom real quick, but as it's running, I'll be back and we'll talk about this after we get back. So here you guys go.
Name.
I'm Mike. Acting's what I live and breathe for. And I gotta have faith in myself.
You need to show everyone who you are.
I like this girl, Sylvester.
Sylvester?
That's right, his real name.
It's got a nice ring to it. Sylvester Stallone. It's like Peter Parker.
Are you delusional? You don't got the looks to be a movie star. Not to mention, you talk like you got rocks in your mouth.
Yeah, I know I don't look like Einstein, but I got a brain. The only way for me to show people is me to have to write a script for myself.
Yeah, so do that. Write a script. And give yourself the best part. There's something big here.
You wrote this in 3.5 days. This is freaking good. Touch someone like Chuck Bronson, or we could do Eastwood.
Guys, I play Rocky.
I have no idea what that means.
So the writer wants to be in it as the lead. No, absolutely not. Throw some money at him. 25K.
No.
Raise the offer. Try 75. You're parking cars, for Christ's sake. Sylvester.
No.
175. Go to 200. No?
I'm not giving this up.
Dude,
Not
it's a
for a
total
million
lookalike.
bucks. Not for 10. Hey.
All right, now if you do this,
Comes with some strings.
if you ever fall one day behind schedule,
The meat's frozen solid.
they're gonna kick you to the curb,
You broke your hand.
and they can replace you with a real actor.
I don't even know what I'm doing. It's any good.
Just do the best acting of your life and everything will be fine.
Sure, it's just that simple.
How far behind schedule are they?
They're not.
This movie
Jeez.
is about having a belief in yourself. It's about going the distance. I put my heart and soul on the page. If I'm not willing to live up to what I wrote, then what's the point? So do you believe in me? Or not? I thought you said you could box.
I lied.
Let go.
You always lie.
I ain't gonna lie, this kid looks a lot like Sylvester Stallone, and that other guy looks exactly like Carl Weathers. Rest in peace for him.
Wait, did he legit write the script for Rocky?
Hold on, sorry. No, what now? Go ahead.
Did he legit write the script for Rocky?
Oh yeah. The story.
I'd never known that.
Yeah, and he refused to have anybody else play the role. He wanted to play the role himself, and he had to fight the studios to get that, as this movie's going to portray here. And it obviously, you know, I think it even won Best Picture or whatnot that year and got all sorts of nominations. And it, of course, shot Sylvester Stallone into superstardom because of this role. So he was so confident and believed in himself, he would not take no for an answer. And so yeah, and now, I believe Sylvester Stallone has stated he really has had nothing to do with this film. It didn't even know it was coming till it was already underway. But it sounds like he's got his approval, even so much so he was even willing to kind of consult on the picture. So yeah, I mean, this is just a great old-fashioned good American tale of success when you really stick your nose to the ground and actually put forth the work in, you know. And I think Sylvester Stallone is definitely a model for that. So yeah, we got some kids in the background there. I'm gonna mute you for a second. But anyway, so yeah, so this could be a really good movie. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this kid, I think his name is Anthony Ippolito. If I'm
You're
correct
a hater.
Oh, sorry, but I just wanted to make sure we didn't get all the background. But anyway, this kid here, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the actual Rocky movie is on the left here, and the I Play Rocky biographical film is on the right here. It's identical. I mean, it's like they're doing a great. This looks like the Michael Jackson biography that come out earlier this year, which I thought was a great film. Looking forward to the sequel one of these days. And it hit $1 billion. The most successful biopic film of all time with Michael, I believe, since they started doing these biopic films. So with Rocky celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, I think it's the perfect year to bring this out here. So yeah, this kid here has got the sound, got the look, got everything. The clothes, it looks identical to the old Rocky film and all this sort of stuff. So I think this could be a lot of fun. And again, we want to see new stuff in Hollywood, right? This is one of those things that's kind of like, hey, you know, like a lot of people know of the story, but for those of you who don't, this is going to show you how Rocky became to fruition. And of course, Sylvester Stallone's ended up getting famous as well. So rags to riches, as it were, from the jump. So
you know,
that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I never knew he wrote the script for that fucking movie.
Yeah. In 3 days.
That's crazy.
And of course, it spawned what 6 sequels for Rocky, or 5 sequels for Rocky, 6 in total, 3 Creed films, and Sylvester Stallone's been in all of them except for the last one. They kind of finally moved on from Rocky.
I mean, he went on to play fucking John Rambo.
Yeah, he went on to play Demolition Man, Tango and Cash movie. I mean, he's been in the Expendables,
Judge Dredd.
Underrated.
Movie.
By the way, have you ever seen Carl Urban's Judge Dredd or Dredd? That's outstanding.
Yes.
Outstanding, by the way. Better than Stallone's, even in my opinion. But yeah, he's been in a lot of great films, and Rocky was the start of it all.
Man, underrated. Probably one of my favorite fucking movies.
And Rocky, he actually kind of is. But Stallone said that one of his biggest regrets is he wanted to do 3 movies out of like Demolition Man, Tango and Cash, and I think another series as well.
Holy shit, I forgot about Tango and Cash. That's Tango and Cash, Russell, right?
Yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah,
man,
one of the great buddy cop movies of all time, in my opinion.
Holy shit, I forgot about Tango and Cash. That was Was it Kurt Russell? Yeah, it was Kurt.
Yeah, it was Kurt Russell. So, yeah. All right. I got to stop with this. Like, for whatever reason, X, like if I don't mute the videos, it plays every video on autoplay. But anyway, yeah. So, what do you guys think about this? Think it looks good? Yeah,
it looks accurate
to me. So not only that, Stallone a big Trump supporter,
but
you know,
his voice is just slightly off.
A little bit.
It sounds a little robotic, but like,
yeah.
Again, Stallone's voice is very fucking unique.
But if you really go back and watch the original Rocky, though, since it is 50 years old and it was his first major acting role, he's been able to hone his voice to where it doesn't sound like that as much nowadays. It was kind of one of those things where he has a speech impediment. So I think it's accurate to the first Rocky movie, I think.
Case in point, too, if you go back and watch any of Arnold Schwarzenegger's earlier movies.
Yeah, that too.
His voice, because first of all, because English was his second language, but like his voice already is very hard to understand. It got better over the years, obviously. Same thing with Stallone. Like his voice sounds very different from where it does then till now. Like if you watch what is it, the TV series that Stallone has going right now? Something Arizona King or something like that, or
Tulsa King.
Tulsa King.
Yeah.
Vastly different from the early Rocky movie. You know what I mean? Even John Rambo, like those movies, he didn't have really too many speaking lines in, obviously, but like later on, it really picked up. You know, even in the Expendables, or not the Expendables, the Expendables, yeah. Those movies,
the first three,
yeah.
You know, I was disappointed that he didn't get a follow-up after that. Was in Guardians.
Oh yeah,
well, he was in the second and third,
but it would have been more interesting to see because, like,
like
if
on
I'm
his
not
own?
mistaken, they were the original Guardians.
Yeah.
So like, it would have been a cool, even if it was like a little short film in the sense of like that, you know, the original Guardians, to see where they were at the same time of what was going on with the new Guardians, essentially.
Yeah. So I mean, the fact that he was still included at his age too, and you know, sometimes it's risky for somebody his age to launch a full blown spinoff series with. So I see why they maybe didn't want to do full blown branch out with this character, but still, I loved seeing him in it.
Yeah, but they teased it.
You could
in the second Guardians that they were gonna do something like that. He's like, I think we should get the gang back together.
Yeah.
And then he was like, let's go steal some stuff. You know,
I would have loved to have seen like a one-off Disney Plus special or something.
Like something. They did nothing with it. They were just like, oh well, that was a end credit scene for no reason. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it was almost like
dumb.
It's almost like, let's tease this, and if it gets the reaction, hey, we'll do it. But we're testing the waters. Maybe they didn't maybe fully commit to it. But if you're not going to fully commit to it, don't tease us like that, though. You know? So
I don't like being teased.
Yeah. Follow through. Yeah. But follow through. Yeah.
I got just a general question. Can we mute Aaron for like the rest of the night?
Wow. I'm sure he feels the same about you, man.
No, you can't turn me off. You can't mute me. And
I could boot you if I want to. Like, not just mute you.
Hey,
I can kick somebody out.
Eric has teased about giving me permissions to do that stuff. So
yeah,
you just said you don't like being teased,
especially in the chat.
Conversation.
But then again,
okay, not the wrong word. Eric has suggested giving me actual guy in the chair permissions, so that way I can do stuff like
moderator type controls.
For viewers that don't know this, when we played Dungeons and Dragons together, I had to sit directly next to Aaron because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Well,
nobody trusted you.
Aaron actually wrote a rule book for me and Seth to follow, so that way we don't destroy anything else.
Yeah,
because Matt, that was your whole you and Seth were a fucking handful. Let's get that. Hold on. And then that was before we added Jaden. That was before we added Jaden. Yeah. You and Seth were already enough. The reason why you had to sit next to Aaron was because somebody had to fucking watch you and stop you from doing the dumb shit you almost got us killed twice, mind you.
Only twice. There was more times that was going to happen.
That was going to affect you, not the group.
Yeah. Well, and to be honest with Aaron being a moderator, I'm kind of rethinking it though, just because Mike says like, when's Aaron's attempt to get Bo Nix got nixed? So if he's going to bring this whole thing up, maybe I don't know if I could trust him if he's going to start accusing me of cheating and all
just
this.
Start muting you doing random times. He'd be like, no.
Eric, let that revenge fester in you. Yeah.
No, I trust Aaron. I do. When push comes to shove, I believe that he would do the right thing.
I'm too petty. There's no shot I wouldn't.
So don't undermine Brandon's picks this year. I got you. But back to the Rocky thing here, real quick. Mike said Rocky did win the Oscar for Best Picture in 1976. Hard to believe it's 50 years old now, and that's crazier to think when you realize he wrote the script and then took a chance on himself to win Best Picture your first go round. I mean, think of that. Like,
that is legit. Like I had no fucking idea that he wrote the script.
True story. And again, with any biopic, there's usually liberties taken or whatever. Hopefully, there's not like a bunch like completely skew that storyline.
But like, I think fighting, but standing 10 toes down on that shit, like, and look, all the money they were throwing at him. Because you think about it, if this is 1976, $25,000 is a lot of fucking money. And then
they gave him $1 million, I think, for the
budget, like brother.
They loved the script enough, at least. They must have loved it a lot just to give it a shot with whoever the actor was, even though they ain't who they wanted. But it's kind of like when George Lucas made Star Wars. Hollywood studios hated him because he wouldn't play by their rules. He started his own film company and went against the Hollywood, machine. Yeah. And now that he's bought by Disney, they kind of ruined his stuff. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's kind of this thing there. And then he said,
the puppy back inside. I'll be back.
Okay, cool. And then Mike said, I would argue Rocky is the best sports movie franchise ever. The Rocky franchise helped really launch the careers of Mr. T and Hulk Hogan as well. Yeah, Hulk Hogan, Thunder Lips. So and to be honest, it was only a few years back when like the Creed series was coming out that I'd never seen all the Rockies films. I've seen them bits and pieces, but I sat down and binged all of them. I totally agree with Mike. It may be one of the best franchises in sports.
Even Dolph Lundgren, got his career.
He dies.
With that line, if he dies, he dies.
He might have had a little bit of a career before that or around that time, but either way,
it wasn't.
No, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
To that level, yeah. And Mr.
The man starred in Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, well, I can't remember what he did. Was it Punisher? He was in as well, Dolph Lundgren. I think so. But anywho,
wait, the first one,
maybe like way.
Kevin Nash?
No, you're thinking Thomas Jane.
Punisher.
I'm thinking about playing
old
Punisher. Maybe I can't remember, but anywho, but yeah, Masters of the Universe and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, and the only really Rocky movie, and I didn't hate it. Rocky 5 was probably considered the weekest because it didn't have a big old boxing fight at the end. It was like a fight in a parking lot or like outside one of the taverns.
But I think the original Rocky kind of encapsulated everything. That all of the movies
and people could relate to it because it was like, again, it's like a normal person hitting it big in the world of boxing. So it was relatable, and that's the thing the movies are really missing these days is for audiences to just be relatable to it because you're trying to shove all this different agenda stuff and stuff that's really not realistic into movies and people just can't relate,
But also, if they did try to sabotage him because they wanted somebody else in that role to where he broke his hand on that, like that's why.
I don't know if that's the case or why the frozen meat was there, but maybe.
Let's be honest. I could see it being that's the case. You know what I mean? Like, if
let's put some roadblocks. Let's see if we can get it behind schedule.
Yeah, that's because like that's a through line through that whole documentary or biopic was literally they didn't want him to do it, and the guy was even saying in the voiceover, if you fall back once, they're going to replace you, and then he ends up breaking his hand and all this other shit. So like, I wonder if that was a lot of that,
Maybe. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, especially back in those days.
Let's not pretend like self-sabotage now too.
I was a big fan
like
of
that
the character Apollo Creed.
Yeah, Apollo Creed was a great.
Carl Weathers playing that character. The way that he talked trash in that movie, and the way that it was just American.
Well, just the story too, where he was like the original adversary for Rocky, and then he ends up being like his friend and like mentor almost, and then he gets killed by Drago. So it had a nice storyline to it on top of everything else too. Then of course you had Burgess Meredith in there who played Mickey the trainer. Obviously, I love Burgess Meredith from the old Batman 1960s sitcom, basically as it were. He played the Penguin in that. So yeah, that was great stuff. Did the waddle, the little umbrellas and stuff for sure. So I'm looking forward to that. It's something I didn't see on my schedule until I saw that trailer. I'm going, ooh, that jumped to one of my top must-see lists of this at the end of this year.
Man, I didn't know that. Like, I'm blown away by that.
Yeah. Kind of gives you a whole new respect for Stallone, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sure. And then, of course, he had that whole rivalry with Schwarzenegger because it was like, who's the top action star of the 80s and stuff.
Action movies will never be what they were. Like, again, it's because I grew up in that time frame, right? Of the 80s action movies, action star. Like, those movies were so, now I guess you consider them cheesy and over the top, but at the time, even though you could still recognize it being cheesy and over the top, they were fucking amazing. There was explosions everywhere. There was sweet gunfights. There was sweet hand-to-hand combat. Like 80s action movies, all those seem corny now. Back when in the 90s, the early 90s, when I was a kid watching this, I fucking loved them. Cobra, like, he was in a movie called Cobra. Because of the guns he had there was like these they were black.
I think that was the other series he said he wanted to do sequels on. It never happened.
Yeah, they were black Colt 1911s, and they were they had the pearl, but they had cobras on each of the fucking
Well, and Mike kind of sums this up here. He says, "My brother always loved the workout montage in Rocky IV. You see Rocky going old school while Drago is using technology to work out. Yeah, after he killed Creed. So great stuff, no doubt about it. So yeah, it always made me want to hit the gym after watching a Rocky movie for sure. Makes you get it, inspired. Like I can do that, And I don't know if you noticed at the beginning of the show, the stream starting song had Eye of the Tiger kind of thrown in there a little bit. Even the Rocky speech about how it's not how hard you get hit, it's about how hard you can keep getting hit, or whatever that whole speech too. So yeah, it was kind of cool. I threw that in there, so it's kind of neat. Anyway, looking forward to that November 20th. All right, so finishing up the movie segment here, we got some rapid fire stuff to break into, and of course we're going to start out with the sad stuff first. We've got how when famous people die, unfortunately, they tend to happen in threes. Well, that happened this week. First one I want to mention here is a lot of people don't even probably remember her name, but Brenda Fricker obviously passed away.
She was in the freaking Home Alone movie.
Yeah, this picture here is she was the pigeon lady who was the homeless woman who befriends Kevin McAllister in the film with the pigeons. And she was in that film. Obviously, many people remember her from that most of all. But she was in another film from Disney I really enjoyed. Was Angels in the Outfield with Christopher Lloyd and Danny Glover and Tony Danza.
Really?
She was the woman who played the foster mom for the two young boys in the film. So hard to see that she passed away at the age of 81 this week. So I thought I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. She might not be the most famous person in the world, but a lot of people remember her, especially from Home Alone 2. And with that, now we have most of the adults in the Home Alone franchise who had the most screen time. John Candy, Ed Bracken, who played Duncan from Mr. Duncan's Toy Shop in Home Alone 2. Obviously, Roberts Blossom, who played Old Man Marley. John Hurd, Catherine O'Hara, who played the mom and dad. And now, of course, Brenda Fricker. So whenever you watch Home Alone and Home Alone 2 now, it's unfortunate that some of our old Christmas classic favorites are no longer with us, unfortunately. Obviously, the big standout here is John Candy for sure. But yeah, it's just kind of a sad deal, no doubt.
Man,
you guys have any memories of
fucking John Candy, brother? Yeah. Like John Candy, and not just the Home Alone series. Again, one of my favorite movies John Candy was ever in was Uncle Buck. Like I fucking love that movie.
I need to watch that one again too,
brother. When he flipped those pancakes with that snow shovel, I was done.
Cool Runnings is always one of my underrated.
God.
Yeah. Hi, Vine. You got to push it down some ice. Hey, Sanka, you dead? Yeah, man. Love that movie, dude. And it was one of those movies growing up that I thought when my mom and dad decided to rent it from their old rental store there, that I was like, I'm not gonna like this movie. This looks stupid. Ended up loving it.
Yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire was another one of those I thought it looked and now I don't know if you get away with that, but yeah.
John Candy.
John Candy, and of course, like I said, Brenda Fricker, not as well known as some Hollywood celebrities or whatnot, but lived a nice full life at 81 years old. So rest in peace to her. And of course, the one most people probably know about from this week, we also had another tragic passing, more well known. Like I said, it's of course I know Matt wants to talk about this one. I hope he's back for it here in just a second. But we had the unfortunate passing of Jurassic Park alum Sam Neill, who played Dr. Alan Grant in that film. Obviously, most people remember him from the original Jurassic Park film the most, and he was of course, in Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic Park Dominion, kind of rounding out the entire 6-film series there a little bit. But dies at the age of 78. He was famously known for recently having I think blood cancer. Now he had been in remission of that. I think he'd gotten over the blood cancer, but apparently his immune system was weakened due to the cancer, and I think he caught pneumonia and unfortunately wasn't able to fight it off, and that's kind of the story here. So rest in peace, Sam Neill, Dr. Alan Grant. Now he did apparently complete filming of a couple more films before he passed. He will appear in a romantic comedy called The Last Resort next year, starring Daisy Ridley. He will play her father. Obviously, Daisy Ridley is most known for playing Rey in the Skywalker saga, episode 7, 8, 9 in Star Wars. He will play her father in a romantic comedy, and of course, he filmed his last movie role with Godzilla x Kong Supernova, which will be out next spring as well. So you will be able to see him a few more times posthumously as well. So I know Matt was a big fan of Jurassic Park and Sam Neill as a person and character. So what are your thoughts, Matt, if you can hear me on Sam Neill?
I can hear you. And
okay, cool.
Jurassic Park was my childhood.
A lot of people's childhood.
I grew up watching those movies. It's my comfort movie when I'm stressed.
Sure.
I always go to Jurassic Park. A lot of viewers don't know this. I play Jurassic Park games while we're doing this podcast.
Yeah, he definitely did last week.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah,
Sam Neill, the way that he played Alan Grant, I mean the lines that come with him either talking about velociraptors or making a quirky comment about a 6-foot turkey.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you know.
Yeah.
And he embodied what that franchise was about. You know, as a kid, he showed the world that, you know, these kind of movies aren't always the top notch movies that they are. But he what I'm trying to get to is my childhood was really surrounded by Jurassic Park. Sure. And Alan Grant, I will always remember the battle between Alan Grant and Ian Malcolm. And the debate of the fact that whose book was better about what happened. Alan Grant always had a famous quote that there was nothing on this earth that would get me to go back to that island. And they actually punch him to get him on the island in the third movie.
They also coursed him with like a blank check too.
But
Which,
also, like, he made paleontology sound cool. You know what I mean?
Oh
yeah. To be that big of a dinosaur nerd, but you're in a place where you've always dreamed of being because you have this love for these, and it's fascinating to see it through his eyes of like wonder, but then how that wonder turns to fucking horror because the realization of like you brought these things back. Like we're playing with things we shouldn't be fucking playing with. Yeah, it's cool, it's great, I'd love this, but no, you know what I mean? Like he made being a that character made being a paleontologist cool. Like to see him when he first shows up and he gets to see, you know, all the triceratops and the brontosaurus, like if you look in that scene where you get out of the Jeep or whatever and like they're walking around and like it's the wow factor in the awe that he's seeing these fucking they're not bones, you know what I mean? Like he's seeing the flesh and blood of the creatures that he's studied and for all these fucking years in real life. Like that whole scene, like,
he and Laura Dern's acting sells that scene, not just the CGI dinosaur, but their acting of their, like you said, they're all that they're actually getting to see this for the first time.
When he's laying on top of the fucking triceratops that's been tranked and it's sleeping and
he's got that kid
up and down.
The only thing
which I believe
that I regretted about the Jurassic Park franchise was Alan Grant was not in the second movie.
That's wild.
They replaced him with another actor. I wouldn't really say he was.
He probably would have died in the second movie. Let's be honest.
Well, hold on a second. There's
a lot of people died in that movie.
Eric, hold on a second. 1 second, Eric. I need to look at something.
What?
It's retained to this topic.
What are you looking on? What? On your phone? Uh-oh. Okay. Hello? Yeah. Uh-oh. This isn't
There we
good.
go.
Yeah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I think I dropped internet for a second, but anyway.
His name is Pete Postlethwaite or Postlethwaite. I can't pronounce his name. He's like an Australian actor.
Okay.
And he plays Roland.
Yeah, he passed away.
He passed away as well.
Yeah, and the guy who was doing the raptor paddock in the first film is also no longer with us. And of course,
there's a lot of people that have passed away in this franchise. But what I was getting to the point was he replaces Alan Grant, and it wasn't really quite the same.
Well, he was kind of in it for his own selfish ambitions for a lot of it, which is partially why. But he kind of saw the light toward the end there. But yeah, it wasn't the same without Ian. It was Ian Malcolm's film, the second one, The Lost World. And of course, Sam Neill's been in a lot of other films too. You know, like Event Horizon. I think he was in Peaky Blinders. But he is most known by a lot of fans these days for the Jurassic stuff. But yeah,
he was in Thor.
Yeah, he did play Odin in the parody, the skits at Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder. He was in those as well. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely had a long career outside of just the Jurassic Park 3 films that he was in. But obviously, as a kid, like you said, we grew up with these films, so this is kind of this is the character we gravitated the most with his acting. But yeah, so
don't move a muscle.
Yeah, it's the dinosaur man, as they called him.
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, definitely sad to hear, no doubt, but definitely rest in peace to Sam Neill for sure. And Mike said in the chat, he hates to say it, but he's never seen Uncle Buck or Cool Runnings. Dude, do yourself a favor.
Don't see Uncle Buck.
Well, both of them, and not only that. And tell me you've at least seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with John Candy and Steve Martin. But either way, but if you've not seen those two movies,
okay.
Movies these days, especially comedies, don't always hit. Go do yourself a favor. Treat yourself. Watch Uncle Buck and Cool Runnings. Totally worth it. I highly recommend that, especially if you've never seen it. If you're a John Candy fan at all, definitely go treat yourself, man. Especially being a child of the 80s and stuff or whatnot. It's something I think you'd really get into for sure.
One for the money. Let's see. One for the money.
2 for the show. I don't remember what you're.
Yeah, 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Jamaican Brothers, here we go.
That ain't the actual one in the movie, is it? I don't think it is it?
That's what they say in the movie.
Is it really? I know one. I thought it was like feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, give it up. It's bobsled time. I thought that's what it was. Cool Runnings.
I think that was the first one he said,
and
I think he rapped with it a little bit, and then he came up with that one, the one that you said.
See, I don't speak cool 80s movies.
Well, and if you're a sports fan at all too, Cool Runnings is based on the true story of the first Jamaican bobsled team too, which I thought was really cool as well. So I mean, it's got its own comedic spin on it for
bobsled
sure.
Is so cool.
But yeah,
known as the Dream Team.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no doubt. But for sure. So yeah, so definitely go check those out, man. Definitely do yourself a favor. We also got a couple movie posters I wanted to talk about. Oh, I got rid of it. Here we go. Live television. All right. So a couple movie posters here. First off, for Tom Cruise's Digger, which is a nickname we've given Mike a little bit off air, a little bit for untold reasons here on the channel. But I was going to show the trailer for this, but to be quite honest with you, it didn't really strike my fancy. I think Tom Cruise is definitely playing an eccentric character here. It's definitely going to be one of them wacky movies but then again, it kind of reminds me a bit of his character from Tropic Thunder. A little bit, so I can maybe see Tom Cruise making this work. It's just not appealing to me right now. So maybe it's something I'll watch on a streaming service later down the line. But it's Tom Cruise, so usually he brings the effort. So we'll see how it ends up going here with him. We do get a new poster for Spaceballs, the new one, Spaceballs 2, as they are combing the desert once again here, creating the number 2 on the poster. So looking forward to seeing the first trailer for this. Hopefully it'll be before the end of the year, because this will be coming out in spring. So we should be seeing our first trailer for Spaceballs 2 sometime here in the near future here. But yeah, so we're also getting a reboot of the Alvin and the Chipmunks franchise. It'll be in theaters in 2008, and we've gotten our first look at Alvin in the reboot, and he will be voiced by Kendrick Lamar. So any thoughts on this?
Okay.
Do we care?
Let's not. This is like Scooby-Doo for me.
Well, I mean, he's not changing the character. It's just a different voice actor.
And it looks like they're aging him up a little bit, maybe not quite as young. But I'm not gonna lie to you. That first Alvin and the Chipmunks movie they did back in 2007 or something.
Okay.
I thought that movie was pretty darn good.
Yeah, that movie.
It was the sequels they kind of got a little away from them, I think. But so I don't know what they're gonna do with this. But Kendrick Lamar, obviously that'll be for the music aspect. I'm sure for a lot of it.
Yeah, because he can sing.
Sure,
So,
but if they speed it up to match the Alvin and the Chipmunk, I'm sure he can play a role there. And it's a name you can attach to sell the film. So I get it, but I don't know if it's something I'll probably be checking out, especially in theaters, but who knows? Maybe it'll surprise me. Who knows? Also, Mortal Kombat 3, apparently the director from Mortal Kombat 2 has cautioned that audiences are going to have to, quote, wait and see on Mortal Kombat 3, explaining that the life cycle of Mortal Kombat 2 needs to totally play out on streaming before the cast and the studio can offer a definitive confirmation on whether the next film is going to move ahead here. I'll tell you right now, if they don't do Mortal Kombat 3, I'm going to throw a fit, because that movie
was good.
Mortal Kombat 2 was great, in my opinion. Probably the best Mortal Kombat film they've ever made, in my opinion. And I'm a fan of the 95 and Annihilation, and I wasn't even a super big fan of the first film with Cole Young and all that stuff. But The second film I thought was great. Me and Brandon went and seen it together in the theater with his kids, and we had a great time. And my old roommate as well went with us. But yeah, if they don't make this, but again, it's not on HBO Max yet. I think you can buy it digitally right now. But if it doesn't do well on streaming, I hate to say it, they may not even make this movie. And if that's the case, I'm going to be one sad Mortal Kombat fan. So do you got any thoughts on that, Brandon? Because I know you like the film.
Yeah, like I enjoyed it. They should make a 3. Like
they teased it. They set it up.
Yeah, the way that they left it to be too. Like, yeah, that was a good movie. That really was a good movie. From
I mean, I don't need
the fight scene, the fatalities alone were awesome.
Yeah,
but the board, the way it was the actual fucking tournament that took place along with a fucking story of the movie, the characters they had in there, and then there was so much room for other characters to be brought in to further the whole. Like, I thought it was great.
Now, I don't know if they need to do more than 3, but I want to see at least one more to end the story. Finish it off, tie up the loose threads. Don't leave us hanging. Like Aaron said earlier, don't tease us with a good time and then don't follow through. If you make a film that's got all these plans for a third and then you don't do the third, we feel like we've wasted our time. It's like just finish what you started. That's all I'm asking. And then plan out what you started, which they've clearly got a plan to do. So, yeah. But speaking of plans and delays or potentialities and stuff, the Batman Part 2 has been delayed, but we did get an official first look at the new suit from the film. So here you go. Like they did with the first film, they had a release of the actual first look of it. So here's the first look of the second film. Snowy. Ooh.
Black suit.
So, as you can see there, the film has been delayed.
Already seems like it's going to be further ahead.
Well, it's supposed to be a little bit later, but the film has been delayed 4 months from October of 2027 to February 18th, 2028, which that stinks. But again, like I've always said, I'd rather you take the time to get it right than release it too early. But releasing February 2028 almost makes it 6 years to the day about a month behind, almost 6 years from the first film. That's unacceptable. It should not take you 6 years to make a sequel. Christopher Nolan did all 3 Dark Knight films and then like 2 other films in that same time span. So it's like, there's no excuse for that. I understand Matt Reeves works slowly, but geez, dude, get it together. So, I mean, looking forward to it, but don't like that at all.
Well, wasn't Matt Reeves like dealing with a ailment?
That is true. In that regard,
I'm willing to forgive that.
Sure, there was a report that Matt Reeves was dealing with a medical ailment. So if that's the case, I'll cut you some slack. Fine, but normally that's too much. But there's rumors going around right now. It's because DC wants to introduce their new Batman. They're not going to get a film out in 2027 for that, I don't think. But we may get casting news sooner rather than later on the Batman. We've a lot of rumors going around. We even speculated on a guy last week, I think, but we'll see. Now there is a big rumor going on. We do know that Scarlett Johansson is in the Batman Part 2. We speculated a few months back or whatever that she may be playing the Phantasm, but now there's new reports stating that she could in fact be playing Poison Ivy, as well as reports that she may be getting her own spinoff show, much like the Penguin did. So
not surprised by that.
All I know is I got no problem with this. So what do you think about her potentially playing Poison Ivy in this universe?
He's perfect for that.
That is not going to be her outfit. I can tell you that right away.
Probably not. No, but
this is a different era.
More gritty, realistic
of people. Yeah, that too, but also she doesn't even like outfits like that.
Yeah, she wouldn't even do this for Black Widow. So outside of that first outing. So yeah, I don't see this, but yeah.
But hey, the outfit she had in Black Widow was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like if they're tearing a darker version of Poison Ivy or and Batman in general, they won't look like this. Is more comic book accurate is the way Poison Ivy looks like.
Sure.
So like if this is a different adaptation of that, she won't look like that at all. But
no,
could still be done well. Now the snow that they got dropping in that little teaser there led a lot of people to speculate maybe Mr. Freeze is still part of the storyline here. We don't know.
I doubt that.
We got obviously rumors of Sebastian Stan, who plays the Winter Soldier in the MCU. He has been cast in this. A lot of people thought he'd be Two-Face. Now a lot of people were speculating that he may be playing Victor Zsasz as well, and could be kind of doing things under Poison Ivy's control or direction here. So we'll have to wait and see what goes on there. And like we said, we don't know who all these people are playing.
If they bring Victor Zsasz into this,
Psycho Killer,
that's gonna be like a horror movie.
Yeah, well, like I said,
that's just how that goes. And the first movie was like a horror movie, so it kind of fits that.
It definitely fit that serial killer mold for sure. Online terrorist type thing. So definitely looking forward to see what they do. And like you said, it won't look like that for sure. Now we did find out on the DCU side of things, the Batman's on its own series. It appears that Zolo Meriduena, I believe that's how you pronounce it, will officially return as Blue Beetle in Man of Tomorrow, which is the Superman sequel coming out next year. So it's starting to look like the Man of Tomorrow Superman sequel is going to be a mini Justice League movie at this point. You've got so many heroes in it. The criticism going around right now is Superman can't even become the central character in his own sequel. That's not necessarily the case. Even though Superman, the first film last year, had a lot of characters in it, he was still the main focus of that film. So there is a ways to write this to where he still is the main center focus. But yeah, it is getting crowded. But at the same time, you got a lot of people saying DCU needs a kickstart and get things moving. This may be the best way of doing it, is getting all these characters together for the first time, seeing their interactions. So I don't know. Time will tell.
DC better hit.
Yeah, if they don't hit with Man of Tomorrow, James Gunn may be out the door, and we're looking at a potential of another reboot, or at least continue.
And I'm not so sure DC will survive another one.
If they do a reboot, yeah, DC may have to go on the shelf for a while because it's just that bad. The Batman may continue, but other than that, they may.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the Batman.
Well, but here's the thing: I don't want to see just Batman and Superman films the rest of my life. I do want to see all these other DC.
Where you're going?
I know, and I want it to succeed so we can see Lanterns, Flash, Aquaman. Expand all of that.
Like
Blue Beetle, which I heard was actually a solid movie, but
I never watched it. I'm want to watch it.
And the confusing part about that is they're bringing that old Blue Beetle character and actor from the old DCEU universe, bringing it into the new universe. So again, it's not a full reboot with the DCU. They're kind of mixing and mashing some what they thought worked, and they're bringing over that. So it's getting confusing for some.
My guess is they're going to end up trying to turn Blue Beetle into DC's Spider-Man. To where they can appeal to the younger audience with a character, and Blue Beetle could be that linchpin for that to happen.
The problem is nobody saw this movie in the theater. I've yet to watch it, and I've heard it's actually solid.
I've yet to watch it either, but yeah, I've heard the same thing. Sorry.
So a part of me may just wait until Man of Tomorrow, because they may adjust the character to their liking in this new universe, keep the same actor and the character, but they may adjust it to fit what they're doing. If that's the case, the last movie didn't really mean much anyway. So I don't know what time will tell, but I got no problem with them putting all these characters in a movie. We'll just see what they end up doing with it. Yeah. On the Marvel side of things, we have an official announcement now that Nova is officially in the works at Marvel Studios. The creator,
about fucking time, honestly.
The creator Michael Walden of Loki is also writing the script. So Loki had a great script. If it says that good, I'm all on board for this. So I just feel like they missed an opportunity with Guardians of the Galaxy when apparently, when Infinity War started, they mentioned that Thanos destroyed Nova Prime or whatever the planet was to get the Power Stone, which was being held by the Nova Corps. They should have showed the destruction of the planet, because Nova is supposed to be like the last remaining survivor of that planet. So maybe they could do a flashback and pick.
I think maybe we could get that as like one of the kind of like an opening kind of credit, if that's the case.
Sure.
Where it's the aftermath of what Thanos did in order to get it, and then Nova being the only one left.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thanos was an asshole.
Well, and it was at least mentioned in the MCU, so you can pick up off of it if you want to.
But he also wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, sure.
It wasn't.
What scares me is Thanos was such an asshole. It scares me what Dr. Doom's going to be like.
Oh, dude, Doom should make him look like child's play. If
his motivation wasn't wrong. Or his reasoning wasn't wrong. His actions were.
It's what. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I see what you're saying. I was gonna say snapping half the people out of existence. I can't get on board with, but yeah, I see what you're saying. But yeah. Okay. Cool. But we also got our first official look at the concept art for Avengers Doomsday. So this is this is our first look at the heroes and, of course, the mask of Dr. Doom officially. This is basically everybody they announced in that chair video a couple years ago or whatever being in the film. This is officially what the characters will look like. So it looks like that leaked image we showed a few weeks ago of the X-Men at the bottom here with Nightcrawler with the white wig and stuff. And it almost looks like that was indeed accurate based on the concept art. So whatever you thought about that, this is kind of what you can look forward to. Now, like we stated earlier on, there is a Hall H panel at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, next Saturday night. I believe it's 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm planning on probably doing a bonus podcast if you guys want to join me with it, so we could talk about the updates from Marvel Studios. And they're supposed to potentially be dropping the Avengers Doomsday trailer that night. So if you guys are up for it, we may do a special bonus podcast next Saturday night.
Hold on.
Sure do make an impression.
What's that? Uh-oh. What?
He said, hold on.
Okay. I thought Miranda's going to say. But anyway, this is our first.
Well, I am, because I thought he was going to say, we're not going to be home.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not going to be? Okay. Well, we'll talk about it. If we can't, we can't. But if not else, I'll do it solo dolo maybe. We'll see. But anyhow, this is the first Doomsday look of the close-up of the X-Men, what they're going to look like there. So if we can't do the podcast, we'll just react to it the week after. But anyway, whatever we got to do. But anyway.
Is that okay? That is Loki.
Yeah, in the top there, it's supposed to be God Loki, which if you can see him kind of underneath Dr. Doom's chin here, very small in the concept art here, which a lot of people are speculating that he may be the MacGuffin of the film. For those of you who don't know what a MacGuffin is, it's basically the thing that they're chasing, kind of like the Ark of the Covenant and Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's something that they're trying to find so they can control the multiverse. Like maybe Dr. Doom wants to get a hold of God Loki here because he's literally holding the multiverse in his hands at the end of Loki season 2. So maybe that's the end goal here. We'll have to wait and see. But so that's kind of what we're dealing with there. And this is all the other concepts arts for the previous Avengers films on top of the new one here to just kind of give you a layout of what and I ain't gonna lie, that Avengers Age of Ultron one was actually pretty dope. Fighting all the Ultron bots too. So hopefully we'll get our first official look at the movie next week. And here's all the characters in case you're curious of who all was located in the actual poster. You guys got any thoughts on Avengers Doomsday Comic-Con panel next week? Do you think there's rumors going around we may get the actual official cast of the new X-Men reboot after these Avengers films, because they're going to be working on that probably next year or something like that. We may get some movie announcements, maybe Secret Wars is split into 2. You got any predictions? What Marvel may unveil next week, or hopes, dreams, things like that?
Here's the thing. I think knowing Marvel and how much they're trying to keep this whole thing under wraps, as far as who's in it, who's coming back, I think we'll get predictable shit, but I don't think it's going to be anything really like, holy shit, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's going to be one of those. If nothing else, they'll probably give people that one, whether it be a silhouette or the character shot from behind, and like you just hear a voice or you just see a part of something that you recognize, but you won't get the full on, reveal of whoever the fuck that is. I think it'll be interesting to see if they do an Iron Man, because now everybody knows who Doom is, but somewhere like you hear Tony Stark's voice, but not coming from Doom. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Then now, reports, there was a trailer shown at CinemaCon earlier this year, which is basically just shown to theaters and movie studios and whatnot. Apparently, the voice of Dr. Doom has been, Robert Downey Jr. plays it differently, so he sounds different than Tony Stark, as he should. He's from Latveria. It's different. So I don't know how they're going to play that, but yeah, I mean, I'm still holding out. He's playing Iron Man again at least once at some point. There's a reason they cast him for this. So we'll see how that plays out. But we'll see how it plays. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this, and hopefully we'll get the full blown trailer next week. This week we've got the
be like wild if like Iron Man is the one who beats Dr. Doom.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't
know. That would be
kind
of wild.
Yeah, definitely need wild baseball. But basically, he definitely need a lot of help.
Yeah,
I mean, he's bodying Thor's, apparently in the leaked trailer as well. So we are supposed to get a full blown trailer for that next week, though. So at some point, we will go over.
I don't think Thor's making it through this movie.
Maybe not. This week, though, we got the release of Homer Simpson's The Odyssey. Sorry, that's an insult to Homer Simpson. Right. This is also the the woke Trojan horse, as it were. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Now, to be fair, I'm giving it a hard time here because it does have some DEI and agenda pushing in this film. But reports are stating that the actual amount of screen screen time like Elliot Page gets, the transgender and the race swapping characters get, is actually very minor compared to the 3-hour runtime. So that's a plus at least. I don't know if that's a reaction.
Is that a gay pride horse?
Basically,
still a 3-hour fucking movie.
I know, and I'm not going to spend 3 hours.
I am not watching this movie.
But again, it's supposed to be one of the biggest films of the year with Christopher Nolan being attached to it as the director. But at the same time, Christopher Nolan, outside of the Dark Knight trilogy, The Prestige, Inception, he's hit or miss with me. Those 5 I like. But other than that, it's kind of like, there's some I can give or take on. I like Oppenheimer to a degree. But it's, again, another long 3-hour film. But apparently this is the one that kind of, all right, audio thing. But this is kind of one of those things that kind of makes me about, because when critics give it such a high rating on the left, 96%, it's because they're trying to push the agenda stuff. I get it. You don't want to upset Lord Christopher Nolan here, but then it's the audience rating that gets me. It's 97%. I've been hearing from audiences who've seen this film saying it's boring. It's it's nothing like the actual Odyssey novel or what it was written by Homer. So they made changes to it, like not expecting people to know the source material so they can get away with it. Things like that. So I'm not understanding the 97% Rotten Tomatoes audience score unless there's a lot of review bombs going on, kind of giving it positive ratings just to kind of push it.
That also may be a thing because that also happens. And then that's how you fudge the numbers.
They've also,
I think it's tough.
Now it says verified ratings, but I've heard there's ways of getting unverified ratings as well, so you can maybe get in there. I'm not sure, but all I know is it's getting great reviews. The critics were saying words like magnificent, perfection, brilliant. The whole thing. It'll probably win.
I'm not doing that.
No, it doesn't interest me that much. I mean, I was looking forward to it at one point, thinking maybe I would maybe check it out, but now with all this and it's not a source. Like the material itself doesn't really appeal to me as much as some of the other stuff like he's done, like the Dark Knight stuff or Inception or whatever. But here's all of his, he's got a great track record when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes, but we all know how that can be misleading at this point. So I'm not going to go check this out. I don't even know if I'll watch it on streaming at this point.
Brother, it's 3 hours.
Yeah, and a lot of his films are on the long side. Well, but again, Doomsday right now, the report was this week, it's got a 2-hour, 45-minute runtime.
Christopher Nolan is not the one that puts himself in his own movies. Am I correct?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
But he is well known as a great director. But from what I've been hearing, he's kind of lowered his prestige level, as you could say here, no pun intended, with this film, because a lot of people are saying the Rotten Tomatoes is not right. But I don't know.
I just trying to figure out how you can make the Odyssey woke.
Well, you put transgenders and you put colored people in Greek character roles. But here's that's my biggest problem with it is it's like they want to say, like for Moana, the live action, we had to be culturally accurate to make sure that we had.
I don't have any problems.
So we had right. Well, but here's the thing. But if you're going to be culturally accurate there and diversity accurate there, but then you race swap and all this sort of stuff in this, so it's okay to do it in one place, but when it suits your needs to push another agenda, we can be completely inaccurate. So Eric, you can't have it both ways. You know what I mean?
I wanted to ask you something, and this is kind of a little bit off topic, okay? But it is on topic to our movie segment, okay?
Which we're about done with, but yeah.
Okay, I've got a question, and it's regarding to the Harry Potter series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've heard. I think you know what I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that there's a certain casting for Voldemort.
I don't know who you're talking about, though. That's the thing. I've not heard this.
I have heard that the guy that they are going to cast, Voldemort, is the villain in Captain America: Civil War.
What, Zemo?
I cannot pronounce his name.
Daniel Bruhl?
Maybe, I don't know. He's the one who reads the book to Bucky.
Yeah, that's Baron
Zemo. Yeah,
it's Daniel Bruhl.
He is the one that they're thinking about casting as Voldemort.
I mean, that might be fine.
And I love that casting for Voldemort.
I mean, that'd be okay. I mean,
I would forgive a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because let me tell you something. I watched the first couple episodes, and I do not understand the hullabaloo about the kids.
About what? You watch the first two?
They're just like the original cast.
But what do you mean you've watched the episodes? They're not released yet.
But I'm saying that if you watch those characters, okay.
You mean just the castings alone?
The casting.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
they
get
look
to.
the part. Sure. My whole problem
Look
with the
the
new
part.
Harry Potter series is not the casting, even though the Snape thing is. We'll see how they do the lynching scene and all that sort of stuff. But or the hanging from the tree thing. But that notwithstanding. But hold on.
They may not even have that in the series.
They may not, but it's going to be kind of hard to explain. In the
In the
storyline.
book.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It'll be inaccurate if you don't.
But as far as that casting goes, that's great. That's what you're looking for.
But my problem with Harry Potter series has not been the casting. It's been how are you going to top what you already did? I don't know if you can do that.
And I don't think you will.
If you can't, you're going to fail out the jump. So you've got to find a way to make it better than the movies you just did. So
that worries me. But yeah, the report that you're giving me about the Odyssey is really scaring me.
But that's also what the biggest gripe was with the whole Moana thing. Like, if you're not going to do anything,
and it was shot for shot the same, from what I hear.
Yeah, so like, what's the point? I get.
That's why a lot of audiences are saying when they left the theater too.
Is Moana poo poo in the bed too? I mean,
it's not doing great. I mean, it's not as I want to say it was on par with Supergirl ish around in there.
Oh my God, what is going on?
People are waiting for Spider-Man number one.
But it's a shot for shot of the original fucking cartoon movie. So
and you
like,
can just go watch the cartoon. It's probably better anyway.
Don't go see those movies expecting that.
Well, then don't go. That's why they're not going at all.
Yeah, that's why they didn't go.
They do expect it. Audiences are smart, man.
I love the Lion King's remake so much.
But they changed some things.
I watched it.
Not really. The Lion King was pretty shot for shot.
Really?
I watched the first one.
I watched Lion King twice.
Yeah, Lion King was okay, but I mean, they may have added a song or something here and there. I think I can't remember, but other than that, it was pretty much the same.
But I think too, though. But you got to think about it. The Lion King came out in what?
94 ish.
So to do a shot for shot, real,
Moana came out less than 10 years ago, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so you're doing it too quickly.
Basically, it was like the whole recency bias thing.
Because they ran out of classics to ruin. That's what it was.
Snow White debacle.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, Eric, but when you mention it that way,
yeah.
I mean, Alice in Wonder. Well, no, Alice in Wonderland's been.
They did Johnny Depp with that one.
Yeah, that was
actually it kind of started the whole live action trend.
Yeah.
That and Cinderella.
But see, Alice in Wonderland kind of fits the bill, though. You could do that with Alice in Wonderland. Nothing but an acid trip any fucking way.
And there were some okay remakes, but not all of them. Little Mermaid changed the ending a little bit. Plus, they race swapped the main actress.
That was fucking stupid.
She could sing. That was a big plus. But
101 Dalmatians, but that was again in the time
they did that in the mid 90s. Well, a little later, I think, for like with
I was listening to this podcast where they were talking about that the 101 Dalmatians movie. I don't even know how they got there because like there wasn't even the subject matter. But anyway, the guy ends up saying, like Cruella de Vil. She goes, like, you ever realize that like her license plate says it's a DeVille, but it means evil.
Devil or devil.
Yeah, it's devil. Turn around. And he was like, the one guy goes, wait, what? And he was like, yeah. It all clicked into place. And I was like, no way.
Well, welcome to reality.
Yeah.
My evil half brother Cat shares Jasper's name from that movie. So just letting you know.
Right on.
Jasper,
let's move into the gaming part here. We're done with movies and stuff. Let's move into gaming real quick. We'll make it a quick segment. That way we can get on the Rumble exclusive and get out of here.
I got a gaming story.
Okay. Well, we got two little things I want to hit here, so we'll do that. So here we go. All right, Brandon, what did you want to say real quick before I get into mine?
So last weekend, it was a busy kind of weekend. I had a lot of stuff. It was me and the wife's anniversary. But anyway, we were out. We were getting ready to do some yard work, and she noticed that Badlands Gaming, Badlands does a gaming thing like on Sundays, and she goes, and I see what game they were playing. Because I started the stream because I was like, I wonder what they're gonna play. Because lately they've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Warzone. And anybody who knows me, I don't do Warzone. The last 2 times I played Warzone, one was with you, where you swore for the first time, and it was hilarious. Hilarious. He got so mad at that dude, it was fucking funny. He was like, you son of a bitch. gunned him down, gunned him down. And one other time with my son and a couple other people, we won. But anyway, so I don't do battle royales. Like they're just not my thing. I don't play Fortnite. I don't do Warzone. But Battlefield, shooter that I love. I met a lot of good friends, and some I still talk to this day through playing Battlefield years ago. Bad Company 2 was my first Battlefield game that I played. But anyway, I have Battlefield 6. And I've been playing it, you know, at that point, I've been playing a lot recently. And then anyway, that's what they were playing. And I'm like, oh shit, they're playing Battlefield. Now I'm like, what's the likelihood I could jump into a game and, you know, and play against them or some shit, you know, or end up on a squad or whatever. Well, Miranda goes, well, you should try to get into the live stream. And again, I had some yard work to do. So I'm like, well, let me take care of this first and we'll see what goes from there. So sure enough, I go out for a minute and we knock out some and I come back in the house because it was fucking hot outside. And, she goes, you should try to play. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Yeah, let me see if I could get in. So she ends up commenting on John, who was streaming. He's the founder of Badlands himself. Like he's the one who created Badlands. So she ends up messaging him on Rumble on his stream and was like, hey, my husband would like to play if you got room for another. And he goes, yeah. So send me his name or whatever. So the night before, because we watched that UFC fight, there was a fighter in the prelims, and his fucking tagline was the Snack Panther. And I made a joke. And I said, I'm changing my name to the Snack Panther, as you can see there. Mm-hmm. And she goes, you won't. And I'm like,
Bet.
So I did. So I did. So she had to type out to this man, who John is a very professional guy. He's very smart.
No, he's not. Don't lie.
He's also very funny.
He's the lotion oligarch on his fucking.
So he types out, he goes, well, what's his name? And she goes, the Snack Panther. And there's a moment in the thing where he's typing and he goes,
he regrets it all.
He goes,
Snack Panther.
So
sure what do you expect on a gaming stream? I mean, you know.
So I get
It all
invited.
worked out, man.
Yeah,
I get invited. Nice conversation. Very nice fucking guy. Genuinely, like very nice guy. And I said to him, my wife told me that I can't swear, so I'm going to try.
I was trying to make him be
my hardest not to swear. And he goes, no, it's fine.
We're on Rumble. It's okay. I don't know where else they stream, but maybe that's it. I don't know.
No. He's got a lot of like younger kids watching his show during the day, so he's just trying to.
So he was trying to clean it up, and I respected it. And I only swore a couple of times, and they weren't egregious. So the first game we played, we made it to like the last 8 teams. And unfortunately, we got flanked on 2 sides and we ended up losing. And then we played another game. Again, we make it to the final circle. We're the last of 2 teams. We drop 2 players on one team. 2 team members of ours get dropped. It's me and him and the other guys in this fucking armored truck. And we don't have anything to fight against this armored truck. And so he's running around one way. At the same time, there's a fire ring that closes in on the match. He ends up dying. So I'm the last one alive. I see that there's these rockets and I go, well, I'll use one of these. So I go up and I grab the rocket and I'm shooting it at the truck. At the same time, he's running around and the truck's trying to run him over or whatever. I fire my last rocket after he dies. The truck blows up, but the guy jumps out of the truck. But I am stuck in the animation of the rocket being fired and it dropping because I have no more ammo for this before it switches to my primary weapon. And we are the last 2 alive. And it is on me to not drop the ball here. And like, luckily,
pressure's on
out, and I have enough time to switch. And I did not miss a fucking bullet. They were all on point. So he ended his stream with a W courtesy of me. The funniest part in there was you can hear in the background the one guy, as I grabbed the rocket launcher, he goes, no, Snacky's got this.
Meanwhile, I'm in the kitchen trying to be as quiet as I can so I don't end up fucking up John's stream.
Right.
And I look at my mom. I'm like, damn it. I don't know what to do. I'm waiting on his ass to get done playing video games so we can go out and finish his yard work. I'm the one that got him into the video game in the fucking
You gotta let him
place.
go at that point.
These are my people. He's playing with John, talking to John before I get to. What the hell's going on?
I guess
Not only did I talk to him, he added me as a friend on Battlefield. So now
you
we're
go.
gonna play. We've already talked about playing some conquest and shit together on Battlefield. So I'm like, all right, bet I'm down.
Sounds like Miranda's got to practice up on Battlefield. Simple as that.
No. I'm gonna try and get him to play something else, something more much.
You'll have to get him
Miranda has to play.
Yeah.
Miranda has to play Pal World with us first.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe we get him to play that. We get him
Or
Alpha.
your best bet's probably like to comment on one of his streams saying, "I'm the wife of the Snack Panther." You know.
Well, no, he already knows.
Oh,
he
like,
knows that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the snack lioness.
But oh shit, you know what? They're coming. Hold on.
Okay.
Brandon starts talking about
So
the
he
video
was
game.
he was a very cool guy though, like legit.
No,
like,
I don't mean. Move on to the other video game.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Sasquatch.
Oh, there's this fucking game coming
I'm
out
looking for
made by this other guy where you play.
It's Rises Higher, which is a company that sponsors Badlands. They do their shirts and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's getting into the guy's super smart. He's wanted to make a video game for a while. He's making a video game where you play as a Sasquatch, right? But the whole deal is you're going up against other cryptids in that whole universe. So Dogman, Mothman, like it is fucking awesome. Like,
interesting.
I think she's trying to pull up the trailer for it, dude. The concept of this game looks fucking sweet. To where you play as the cryptid in this world surrounded by all these other cryptids, because in a lot of Native American and folklore in general, Sasquatches aren't seen as these what's the word? Evil creatures. You'll go up against skinwalkers and shit. And a lot of Native American lore, they are guardians of the fucking forest. Like that's what they were seen as. They helped battle against things like the skinwalkers. Don't say that name too much either.
Well, this makes me feel uncomfortable talking about this.
But Wendigos and shit like that. Like
continue. You're making me poop my pants more.
Dogman, like it's a really cool fucking concept of a fucking video game. And yeah, I forgot about that. Like I meant to say something about that too. Like if she could find it, like the trailer for this shit looks fucking cool.
All I know is next time you play with him, ask him how he gets the stream to run so smooth on StreamYard. Because if he figures that out, we're golden.
Yeah, I'll ask him because like I'm pretty sure he could help because he was having some issues.
Just ask if he runs it through OBS through an extra camera. If that's the case, I know what to do. But I just got to figure it out. But either way, we're working. We want to do some gaming streams here on the channel for sure,
brother. Yeah. But it was so fun, and he is good. He was playing with a sniper rifle. I mean,
I watched quite a bit of it.
He was pinging the shit out of people.
I was actually going to promote it here. I was looking at your our private chat. It had a picture of the video, but apparently it's gone from the chat. So either way, I was going to promote it, but anyway, I'm sure he doesn't need it as much as we do. But anyway,
yeah, hey,
cool,
literally,
that was fun.
So next time, like we especially Conquest, because it's such a big thing in Conquest. Like, I'm sure we could probably get in a game like a dual stream or some shit with them when they do these gaming things and shit. So like, I think it'd be really fucking cool.
Cool. Well, I don't know if Miranda's looking for that trailer or not, but if not, we can move on.
But I know it's in Zach's show from Monday or Tuesday, so I can keep looking.
Well, you can keep looking. Well, I'll go in on my stuff then, and then if you want to bring it up here in a minute, we can. I thought I'd show a couple of weeks back they did a gameplay trailer for the Wolverine coming for PlayStation 5. I didn't feel comfortable playing it on the channel because it was downright gory. But this is a little bit cleaner. So this is the latest trailer for the game that comes out in September. So I thought we'd look at it real quick and talk about it here. Insomniac.
Insomniac games does good. Insomniac game does do good games.
Especially the Marvel.
Left long enough. It's all started to blur together.
brother.
Every fight. Every death. Try and hold on.
Woo!
I can feel it slipping away.
Wow. Ooh, Lady
Striker?
Deathstrike.
Or Lady Deathstrike, yeah.
Deathstrike, yeah.
Who I am. Who I was. When that's gone, there won't be anything left except rage.
Nice. So yeah, that little less bloody. I mean, obviously you can turn the blood on or off, I believe, in this game, because the blood was way more vicious than that.
I'm gonna turn it off.
Wolverine game though.
Yeah, and of course, as a Wolverine game, you should have the option to turn it on or off. I think that fits the character. But yeah, so this looks great. Obviously, this is not gameplay footage. You can find that online if you so choose. This is more of a cutscene type thing. But either way, it still looks absolutely gorgeous, absolutely outstanding. Don't have to wait too long. It's funny how they're also comparing the size of Wolverine in the game compared to the MCU, and of course the old Fox X-Men stuff with Hugh Jackman. Big time, about almost a foot difference there. And of course, you've got even the size difference of the Spider-Man Insomniac games compared to Wolverine, which just is more comic accurate, a much shorter Wolverine. Hugh Jackman just happened to be, a giant who ended up getting, but you really don't notice too much the real big height with Hugh Jackman in a lot of the movies, I don't think. But you ain't got to wait too much longer for Wolverine. It will be coming out here in just about 2 months time. So we ain't got to wait.
He looks like a stumpy little pit.
As he
Like
should.
angry little Wolverine.
Yeah, and it's
Hence
nice
the
to bring
name.
It's nice to bring out that trailer this week, as we just had a Wolverine-centered X-Men 97 episode on Disney Plus as well, which has been a pretty good season so far. Looking forward to see how the last few episodes do before the end of the season, and it'll probably end right after Spider-Man hits.
And I will say this: what Insomniac did with the Spider-Man Marvel, Spider-Man video games, fucking phenomenal. Like, and I'm interested to see what other suits too, like, because Spider-Man suits were fucking awesome.
Well, there are also reports now, since there's like Jean Grey, I believe, is in this game. There's reports that we are expected to get a Venom continuation of the Spider-Man stuff in this universe, as well as potentially spreading out into a full-blown X-Men game.
You cannot wall climb with Wolverine by him digging his claws into
that's
a
happening.
wall.
That's like, yeah. I think it even showed it in the gameplay trailer, if I'm not mistaken.
Like this again, Insomniac, since they came aboard this whole Marvel Studios thing, crushed it. I enjoyed both of those fucking games. I didn't play the third one. I have it. I have not played it yet.
I've not finished any of them, and I've got all three of them.
Jackson platinumed the first two.
Oh yeah,
I still have videos on my YouTube channel.
Must be nice not having to work.
he recorded and commentated on his games of the Miles Morales series. Jackson did a series on the Miles Morales games. Like, he played the shit out of them. He's platinum both of the two Spider-Man games. I know he hasn't played the third one yet. And yeah,
could be a lot of fun. Cannot wait. All I know is it looks like killing it, crushing it.
Out. Yeah.
Hopefully they continue to. I mean, I would love to see like a full blown like Avengers or whatever, Avengers.
I think they should see, like, because they did have an Avengers game. Insomniac didn't make it, but they had an Avengers game, and it wasn't.
Yeah, but not like,
because I played it and I played the shit out of it, but it got to a point there was no in game really for the game, and like it got.
I remember that one, but I'm thinking more like in this Insomniac Spider-Man Wolverine like world. Like, I don't know if it was like, I don't think it was part of it at all.
No.
But it could, and I know there's like rumors of like, I think like a Black Panther and a Captain America game coming out. I don't think it's related either. But there's some Marvel games coming on the line. But yeah, this is definitely on the one of my most anticipated for sure. Also, the last thing I want to talk about in gaming this week, it was 43 years ago this week. We got the debut of what was known as the Famicom, or also known as the Family Computer. It released in Japan on July 15, 1983. Now, for those of you who don't know what this is the precursor to what 2 years later would become the Nintendo Entertainment System, the OG Nintendo system. So by proxy, it is officially 43 years old this week. So I just thought it'd be kind of fun to reminisce on 43 years of Nintendo, of the OG system here that so many of us had growing up as children. I know we're dating ourselves here, but
I told a story of one time I got grounded and I had a Nintendo, and my mom was going away. She was going on the trip. She wasn't going for long, but I was grounded and I wasn't allowed to play my Nintendo. But the Nintendo was in my room. And I don't know if she told my stepdad to take it out or she forgot to, or whatever the case may be. But he sent me to my room because that's where I was supposed to be. Sure. And that Nintendo was still in there. Now, if anybody has ever had a Nintendo, you know, the door on that thing, once the hinges got fucking loose, that some bitch would just slam down. And like when you would play, you had to push the cartridge in, push it down so it would stay. So in order to keep the door from slamming, what I would do was I'd take a piece of paper and I'd fold it and stick it in between the sides and then put another one to hold down the cartridge. Okay. And then I had to, because you had to blow these fucking things out.
Oh, every time.
Shit. Yeah. So like I had to slow blow this thing. So I'm sitting in my room trying to be quiet so he didn't hear me. And I'm like, what?
Very quietly. Yeah. Not only that, I don't know if you noticed this, but when on Forbidden Door or AEW, did you notice during the Death's Door? I think
they had the Nintendo.
They pulled out the Nintendo and then they blew on the cartridge before they hit the guy with it in the wrestling. Which I don't know about you. They were also swinging around those controllers. Those controllers had pointy edges on them.
Yeah,
that could not have felt good. I don't care wrestling you think is fake or not. That had to suck. But part of me kind of almost cried a little bit at the Nintendo. But yeah,
something so simple. Oh, sorry, just look at the controller. It is literally a D-pad, 2 buttons.
Yeah,
right.
Up,
but
down,
the
down.
most complex fucking games you've ever played on this fucking system with 2 buttons.
Yeah,
think about that now.
And that's all you
have. Hold on, where's my fucking controller at?
I got one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
7, 8 buttons plus 2 joysticks and a D-pad. Yeah. So and not to mention the tap sensor up here in the front.
Yeah.
And
now not to mention too, like there's other controllers in this house that have fucking bottom paddles as well.
Yeah. This has got 4 paddles.
It reminds me of the Family Guy.
Yeah, no, I have. There's the kid, like either Jaden or Jackson. One of them has a controller that has 2 more paddles on the bottom of their fucking controller. That's completely customizable and all. Like, again, I know gaming has changed. I'm not saying it hasn't, but like Dr. Mario.
I was about to ask
Mario Brothers, Kirby.
I was going to ask, what's your favorite NES game?
Okay, hold on.
That's a tough question.
One, I had to pick one.
Yeah, pick one.
Fuck
it doesn't have to be these listed. It could be any game.
I would say Space Invaders.
Was that one? That probably was. I want to say the one I probably played the most was probably either one of the Mario games or Punch Out. I probably played those the most.
Space
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is gonna seem super lame, but whatever.
North and South.
I played. The game I played the most is Sight Bike.
Yeah. Yeah, except I was wiped out because I didn't get the gas. I didn't know when to brake. But yeah, actually,
shit.
Now that I think
Dragons game, brother.
Yeah, they had a couple of those. I think a Ninja Gaiden and things like that.
Ninja Turtle. All right.
Ninja Turtles. I couldn't get past a certain point though. I know
Ninja
you can,
Turtles.
but I always got frustrated. But I probably played Super Mario 3 the most on this. I remember the old WrestleMania game though. Like only had 6 characters or something in it, but
Punch Out was the first race.
The Mega Man franchise. Yeah, there's a bunch of great stuff.
Metroid,
the Zelda and Link.
Central, or is that Contra? Oh my god! Contra. So I didn't play Contra until my stepbrother. He came down from he stayed in Gary, and he came to Ohio. Like he would come stay with us every summer, and he brought Contra. So the first time I played Contra was because of him. And I remember sitting in the fucking living room
played
on the floor
with a pillow under my ass for hours.
Yeah. Uh-oh. You there? Brandon's not.
I'm here.
All right, you're back. Okay, cool. Sorry. Somebody locked up. Anyway, might have been me. Go on.
But yeah, Contra, I played the fuck out of Contra, dude. Like, man.
All I know is I want to go back to this time right here. This is when life was simple. And you can still play these old games. It's not that. It's just I mean, it's when you're a kid, you know, you get nostalgic for those times. Unfortunately, you know, the best we can do is replicate it. You know, that's all we can do these days.
I've never had a Femcon though. I
never did either. It was always I had an old Atari, you know, things like that. Maybe like a
Sega Master System.
But never the Famicom. Or Famicom or whatever they called it, but
was it
eventually
only in
Japan? I think now that I forget, I was reading some of this. Yeah, I think it was only in Japan, and the American version was the NES. So, so a couple years later, they got it a couple years before we did. So there you go. I know it's not technically 43 for America, 41, I guess you could say, or something like that. But either way, it was still something I thought it'd be worth.
Miranda, did you have a Nintendo?
No.
Yeah. I didn't like it because it didn't work real well, and
that sucks too.
I ended up with a Nintendo 64 though, and
those are dope.
The holy grail of Nintendo.
Except they didn't give you the cord to plug it in when you bought it. You had to buy it separately, and a lot of people didn't know. Oh, I was so mad Christmas. Well, I was mad, but I didn't blame my parents. It wasn't their fault either. But anyway, yeah. Sorry, go on.
I found the video finally.
Okay, cool. You got it?
So it's a Rumble video, and I'll send it to you. The timestamp is about an hour and 5 minutes or so.
An hour and 5. Okay. So this is the Sasquatch game I think Brandon was talking about. That was kind of
and the segment's pretty long. He'll talk about it in the very beginning, and then the trailer will play, and then they'll go into more details. We don't have to watch it all, but you can watch it more later if you want, if you're interested.
Gotcha.
I can drop the link in the comments for people.
Where did you send it to?
I just sent it to your Facebook Messenger.
Okay, I don't see it.
Just...
Last thing I see.
Oh, you know what? Here, I'll put it.
Yeah. Are they going to allow you to share it? Because for whatever reason, it's not. It's kind of like the stream that he sent me what he played in. It's not showing up on.
That's because I sent you the.
No,
I didn't send you a link.
Oh, maybe that's why it's not. For some reason, it's not showing up.
Well, is that a premium Rumble video, Brandon?
Yeah, it is.
You'd have to send him the YouTube video.
That's why I can't share it. Okay, I was wondering why I couldn't pull it up a while ago. I didn't know if they had something on there. Yeah. Okay.
No,
Got it.
Zach doesn't have anything.
Well, what's the name of the game?
If
nothing else, I could pull it up maybe on something else. What's it called?
Do you know the exact name? I've got I just forgot to send it to you because I got it in Perplexity.
I got a link. I got a link on my phone. I just can't pull it up on my PC. That's the thing.
Oh, well then let me send it to the private chat here.
Okay, yeah, see if that works. Yeah. Because I can't seem to find anything. But yeah.
Let me ask you this question. What was your favorite console?
Probably the Nintendo 64 when it came out.
Bless it.
I would say so.
Mine was GameCube.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just stuck in ass at football.
Oh, I got you. All right, I got it now. I got to get the right timestamp on it. You said what? You said
like everything else?
Yeah, about an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah. Aaron, what was your favorite console? Or how many consoles did you have as a kid? Out of curiosity.
Oh boy.
Quite a few actually.
I guess. What was your first?
Well,
one?
we had the original NES.
Okay, cool. Well, here's the. Oh, sorry. Did you answer? I didn't want to cut you off.
I would say it's kind of a tie between the N64 and the GameCube because, I mean,
a lot of Mario Party on GameCube.
Yeah, but you had Mario Party on 64 too.
Yeah.
You also had the original Smash Brothers. You know, there's just
Mario Kart.
Yep, the original, not the original Mario Kart, but you had Mario Kart there.
I thought it was on Super Nintendo, wasn't it? I thought.
Yeah, Super Nintendo had the original Mario Kart.
Okay. Okay.
But not. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I might have to give it to the N64 because there's just. I mean, I understand that the controller was weird.
I love the controller of the 64. I get like the joystick being in the middle, but like I don't know, like I enjoyed it. Like
once you got used to it, wasn't bad. It just took some time.
My favorite console growing up was the GameCube.
Yeah.
One of my favorite
configuration
64 games was WrestleMania 2000.
Yes, that's the games I played the most on, those wrestling games. No Mercy,
No Mercy,
things like
yeah.
that. Yeah, those are some of the. Yeah, we got to remember too. I think the Nintendo 64 may have been one of the first that had like a joystick on the main. Maybe Sega did in one of their versions, but I want to say it was one of the early models. I don't remember.
You
but
know,
anyway, yeah.
the controllers we have today's, I think, were based off of the GameCube controllers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like, they were so successful,
and the early PlayStation.
Yeah, and that design of a controller has not changed since then.
I mean, I think PlayStation added an extra trigger, but other than that,
yeah,
it's mostly the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. All right, well, here's the Rumble video. We're talking about the Sasquatch game. Hopefully, I think
we can see you.
Hopefully, I find
and then
out.
I want you to tee this up for us, because this is something we've been talking about for a very long time, and I have had a very difficult time trying to keep it quiet, but now it's time to announce this. Adrian, how are you?
Doing great, man. I couldn't be more excited to be here with you and to finally get this off my chest. I've been like playing it close to the chest for a year and a half now, as I've been toiling away at this, and the cat's out the bag at this point. So I figure I'm going to come on and share it with your audience. And I think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be interested in it and excited by it like we are. And even if you're not into this sort of thing, I think you'll find value in it as well. And
okay, so I have to.
So what we're about to do is play a trailer. Am I right?
Yeah, you're correct. I have to convert it so that it will play in OBS. But it will be done here.
You know the struggle, right?
Just to give it like a little preamble. Basically, what you're about to watch is the concept trailer for this project. It's still in the pre-development phases, and it looks like we're going to be launching. Well, I'll get to that, but right now you're going to see like the concept for the project. It's a video game, and it's an open world RPG. It's a huge project.
Fucking RPG,
it's, rooted in real life, as far as I see it.
Okay. So let me get this pulled up on the case. Tony,
I'll cut up a little bit here. There we go. There you go.
Long before our people's time, their footprints and shadows have traced the land. We call them Enochoya, the Guardians. They are the watchers of the borderlands between worlds. Not beast, not man.
Look how tall that thing is.
Something older. Those who take them as myth or anomaly are wrong. Their nations are here, among us, just out of sight. We stretch across mountains, deserts, and seas. They walk apart from us, unseen and rarely heard, until their ground is trespassed. Then you will come to know them, and you will not forget. One alone can wield the strength of 100 men, but their true power lies beyond flesh, masters of stillness, able to step from this world into another, in the space beyond the veil. Long ago, a treaty was made between their people and the governments of man. Honor was promised, space given, if peace was sworn. But promises break. Blood has marked both sides. A reckoning is coming. But there are far darker things, with names we do not speak, dismissed as myth by the West, but very real, hungry, and restless. As the veil grows thinner,
brother,
soon we will be forced to confront what awaits us in the shadows. When that day comes, pray they stand beside us, or if not, they will be our most formidable foe.
Sasquatch Nations. Okay. That right there makes me not want to camp anymore.
But yeah, he'll go into a big explanation about it. You can watch that later if you want to.
Okay.
But
cool.
like
that's
the concept of I again, and I know there's a lot of people that I know of that like are, you know, into the whole Sasquatch lore thing, like
Sure.
legitimately. Like, I love this concept for a game. There is a game too where you hunt Bigfoot that's currently out and available or whatever, but it's more like a horror game in that sense. This super interested in.
It's not
something that I will be fucking following, especially if to go up against some of these other cryptids that, again, I've been listening to and talking about for fucking years. To me, is fucking dope, and I can't wait.
Yeah, looks. I mean, I'd like to see some gameplay.
Yeah, well, this is an early concept.
Yeah, you can clearly tell it looked AI generated, but you know that's fine. I mean,
definitely go to the website and check it out and get informed. Like, be on their list if you're interested. Like I told Brandon, you can probably get into the beta testing for it.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Fuck yeah.
They
Especially an RPG element to it, to a game like this, which is also dope because they, like, you control the growth of said, you know, your character, and that's so, you know, the point behind RPGs is the growth aspect of your character, you know, making him stronger by doing different things, and it's interesting to see if they will have like different classes is the wrong word, but it's the only word that'll fit in this situation of like Sasquatches or different classifications of Sasquatches.
Species?
Yeah, essentially, but like, will they be more stealthy, or you go with the more brawn version of more, you know, straightforward power and, you know, stuff like that.
You know, archetypes.
Yes,
that's the better word.
Yeah, archetypes will work a little better.
Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it.
Especially in an RPG setting. It was so, like, I'm super excited about something like this to come out.
Right on.
And yeah, being on the ground floor of a game is also a very good thing, because it allows you, because if you get it on the ground floor, you get access to shit like that, betas, alpha testing and shit like that. So you're the first ones out with that information and ability to do this. So it puts you on the map, and it also puts you in a certain category in the sense of like viewership. I mean, I get this is all leading to one, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're more on the ground floor and being a part of something, watching it being built up, but like, you get access to it. So like, that does.
You're actually advertising though for future, you know, gamers.
So like, that's fucking dope. Like
so you keep getting in there deep with the gameplay and all that sort of stuff on their streams. They may let you test this thing.
Yeah,
who knows? Just never can tell. Right on.
But yeah, it seems like a dope concept of a fucking game, and like, I'd be here.
I'd definitely be curious,
especially now too, because like, I've noticed this one thing: a lot of AAA games, kind of like a lot of these big Hollywood movies, they're kind of falling because they forget where they came from. They've made so much success. They're at the top of the fucking board, but yet when they're
microtransaction everything
start to crumble, and then you have all these indie guys who are starting in fucking basement level games. Again, some of the most popular and played games right now are games that aren't backed by some mega, you know, gaming EA or you know, Bethesda, shit like that. Hell, we just watched Bungie die.
Yep. Uh-oh. We lose Brandon.
You got games.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. You got games like Mecha Chameleon right now, top of the fucking streaming boards. Right now, Power World, fully fucking released as a game. We were playing the fucking beta of that game. I had no idea.
And you know what? Rumble had a Power World stream up the other night while I was trying to go to bed. So like, the Rumble gameplay, I really think you guys gotta get into that.
Yeah, like it's especially now that we're coming into this era of gaming where all these AAA companies, everybody's getting tired of this whole rinse and repeat concept. The reason being, they don't have to do any original ideas, because the formula they've done worked for so fucking long that they don't need to. So now you have all these other companies coming in, starting from original concepts going up, and they're successful. And to get in on the ground floor or something like that is just, it only benefits you and this company more.
Yeah, I don't disagree, and I'm sure, you know, the enthusiasm is through the roof.
Matt is wild right now.
What's going on there, Matthew?
Matt looks like an old man.
I honestly don't think he's even listening.
I don't think he is.
No, I don't think he is.
I'm calling his ass out. He's
Matt is
out.
upset about this his football game right now. Like
he
he's
is
losing,
too-
and you
he
can
is-
see the defeat on his fucking face.
He
I want to know what the score is.
So checked out. Checked out.
I want to know what the score is.
Like you know,
The score
how bad
is
is he
probably 3-42.
Probably
Quick.
through 6 fucking interceptions.
quick, what's going through his mind right now?
He's probably
All
got poop.
That probably stinks.
Hi, Matt.
Right now, he's thinking, "Why am I the only one on screen?"
Yeah.
I'm Matt.
Can you not hear us at all?
I don't think so. Hi, Matt.
Full blown fucking
What the hell are you guys
conversation.
talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great way to end our YouTube and Facebook segment here. We're about ready to switch over to our Rumble and X exclusive segment here. As Mike wrote earlier, he'd get crashed. So I thought it sounded kind of quiet here tonight. But anyway, that's fine, dude. Going to hit the sack. Good night. God bless. See you next week, buddy. So for sure. Thank you for watching. But we're going to head over to our Rumble X exclusive where we talk our news and politics. Probably won't take quite as long tonight because there's not a whole lot going on, but there is one big topic for sure. And we got a few things to talk about over there too. So we're going to take about a 5-minute intermission. So if you're watching us on Rumble and X, stick around. If not, we'll see you guys next week for episode number 99, where we're going to be one episode away from our big 100th celebration here on the channel too. So be back in about 5 minutes. Everybody else, we'll see you next week. So later. Take her easy, and we'll see you in a minute.